All right, let's rock. Cool, cool, cool. Hey, what's up, Screwhead? You saw the Assassin's Creed Shadows trailer? Yes, I did. I saw it the first hour it was released, and I am super excited for it. I tweeted it saying that I saw the trailer. It's it's my first Assassin's Creed in like so many years. Like the last Assassin's Creed I played, well, more like the last Assassin's Creed I finished was Assassin's Creed 3. The last one I played was Black Flag, and then I couldn't finish that one. I didn't like it personally. Even though a lot of people said it was acclaimed to be one of the best ones, it was not the one for me. So after that, I didn't really much like Assassin's Creed after that, especially, you know, with Syndicate, Rogue, Origins. I really did not like Origins. Valhalla was okay. Other than that, I just didn't have the same feel with Assassin's Creed ever since it changed from 3. 3 was probably my second favorite. My absolute favorite definitely has to be Assassin's Creed. Well, I wouldn't say one game. My favorite Assassin's Creed series has to be Assassin's Creed 2. The entire series of 2, that was my favorite. Odyssey also, I couldn't finish that one. But yeah, so ever since then, I haven't really played much of Assassin's Creed, and I was not super excited. Mirage, I definitely didn't want to play Mirage. But when I saw, I mean, I already knew that Shadows was coming eventually. It was called, Code Red. But once it got, finally announced and it's coming this year, I'm coming back to Assassin's Creed now. And I don't know, not just the fact that it has ninjas in it, but I don't know, there's something about Assassin's Creed Shadows that it screams like familiarity. Like it's like it's kind of going back to what it once was before. Maybe that's why I also have so much interest in it. What was I gonna do again? Oh yeah, bounties. I gotta do my weeklies first before I start the events because I have a lot to do this stream. But yeah, for me personally, Assassin's Creed 2, the series, had such a great narrative. I wish we have ships. I mean, like, I know a lot of people did like the whole ship concept, just like from Black Flag. But what makes me the weirdo is that it's the ships that was one of the things why I didn't like Black Flag, because like we're supposed to be assassins, we're not pirates. Because like like let's be honest, like Assassin's Creed Black Flag was not even about assassin war; it's just about pirates, which I didn't want because like I mean I like the fact that like it's a different take on the game, true, but like I want to, I play Assassin's Creed expecting Assassin's Creed like stuff, which is what 1, 2, and 3 kind of had, with of course their twists of the stories. Just give me a moment, guys. I gotta adjust the volume. Odyssey was only about Spartan. Yeah, again, that's also the reason why I decided like not to even start Odyssey because again, it's not a bad game. It's just that it didn't pique my interest of what I'm looking for in an Assassin's Creed game. But yeah, I don't know. For me, once Desmond died, it like the story for me just like fell off because I was kind of hoping we would like continue with the story. I thought like after 3, once Desmond died, I thought that was it. There's gonna be no more Assassin's Creed, but then they started milking it, and it's not even like a continue, like a continuity anymore. So like personally for me, like this is gonna sound really weird, but like I'm not playing Assassin's Creed Shadows because it's an Assassin's Creed game. I'm playing it because it's a ninja game. Because the fact there's actual like an actual shinobi in the game, Naoe, you know, that I definitely want to play her. I mean, I'll play Yasuke obviously because obviously Yasuke is an important part of the story, so he's gonna be unavoidable to play. But for me, the main reason I'm gonna get Shadows is to play Naoe. Like she's a, you know, she looks like a well-rounded character, you know, has a deep story about her. You know, I don't play many games, you know, where the kunoichi is, you know, the main protagonist. So I'm definitely super excited for that. I'm glad it's a female assassin. I mean, for me, whether it's male or female, I was, you know, all for it. You know, for me, I saw that she was a ninja. I saw that, you know, she looks like she had a compelling character about her. I was just happy, you know, the fact that, you know, she looks like a really, really good character. Like for me, whether it was a guy or a girl, it'd be the same thing as long as I get that kind of impact or emotion feeling when I see a character in an Assassin's Creed game. Because like Assassin's Creed had a lot of female characters, female protagonists, you know. It's just with, I like it how Naoe and Yasuke are very different from each other. I didn't want to have like a boy assassin and a girl assassin, you know, just like they did like with Syndicate. You know, that one was okay, you know, with the twins, but like you were literally just playing a girl and guy version of the same character. Unlike Shadows, you're actually playing two different people with two different, you know, aspects, two different builds, two different fighting styles. I like that. Maybe she's gonna meet the character from Odyssey because Cassandra is immortal. Maybe. You know, with Assassin's Creed, people do like a little treat of, you know, having like the universes connect with each other. For me, you know, whether she's there or not, it's not gonna really bother me. But if, you know, if Naoe meets anybody from the previous Assassin's Creed games, you know, it's cool. You know, I'm all for it. Like I definitely like the connection that Altair and Ezio had, you know, from the last installation of Assassin's Creed in the second series. I liked it when you can switch between Altair and Ezio, because those two were for me, you know, the two best assassins of the entire series. Then Connor takes a, you know, a good spot as well as one of my favorite assassins. You know, honorable mentions, you know, his father Hatham. But after that, you know, I just wasn't into Assassin's Creed anymore. Although I'm not gonna lie, the combat in Syndicate was kind of badass. I won't lie about that one. I do like cinematic, you know, stylish finishers and whatnot, and combos and multi kills. I do like that. I feel like Naoe is definitely gonna have that, and you know, it's gonna. I hope it's gonna be badass looking.
The wind knows it. Mind the side of it.
Oh wait, is she immune to? I think she's immune. Crap.
Into the wind.
Oh no, I think she's immune to cryo. I wasn't reading the description. I'm sorry.
Remember, health comes first. Mind the side effects.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Winter shall eventually come.
Okay. Did I finish the cooking stuff? I remember Lady Nitro and I were doing it. We were not. We still need to cook 3 more dishes. Oh, we need pyro. Damn it. Fine. Let's head back. I hit God just say nice. Congrats, Screwhead. Are you Elder God already? Nah, I don't. I didn't play as often, so you know, I've just been, you know, playing Mortal Kombat, you know, just whenever. I'm not playing it all the time, so I'm still, you know, demigod, heading to God ranking. Nick, I never hit Elder God. Well, you know, don't give up. It's always possible to hit Elder God. I mean, if I was able to hit Elder God, you know, at least twice and almost, you know, 2 other times, you can easily get Elder God. It's just a matter of grinding. That's probably what I lacked with the previous 2 seasons with Sub-Zero and Scorpion. I didn't grind enough. Well, for Sub-Zero, there just wasn't enough time. There was only like less than 30 days, so that one was kind of rough. Scorpion, I gave up, you know, because my mentality was just not into grinding, you know, at the moment. Smoke and Reptile, for some reason, I really pushed and grinded. Well, Reptile, I pushed and grinded. Smoke, it was just because Smoke is busted, so I was able to hit Elder God easily with him. Ermac right now is taking me quite a bit, and I have to actually put in the time and the work. I'm getting super lazy, though. So that's my problem. Yeah, I don't grind to Elder God, to be honest. I always stop at God. Well, there you go, Screwhead. You know, it's not because you can't hit Elder God, because you just choose not to. That's different. You know, choosing not to grind to Elder God is completely different than those who just can't hit Elder God. Like with Sub-Zero, I couldn't hit Elder God. Scorpion, I chose not to continue to Elder God. So those are different cases. But honestly, to be honest, if you just put in enough time and grind enough, you know, anybody can hit Elder God.
The wind knows it. A bitter pill to swallow.
To be honest, rank doesn't mean nothing to me, only skills. Well, I mean, that's true. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I'm not saying that, like, you know, rank doesn't mean anything at all. There's still some sort of measurement engaged with rank because, I mean, let's be honest. Are you going to see anybody who's, like, you know, whose skill level's only at Apprentice hitting Elder God? Of course not. Still hitting Elder God still takes, you know, an amount of effort and, you know, a level of skill to be able to hit it. But it doesn't mean everything. Obviously, those who are definitely more skilled at the game are going to be hitting Elder God faster than others, for sure. But saying that you're only good if you hit Elder God, that's not true. That's absolutely not true. Overall, in short, what I mean is, like, you know, ranked, it means something, but it doesn't mean everything. But with that in mind, you know, people should never take rank too seriously. Like, for me, the only reason why I even, like, do ranked is because, you know, I like to give myself a challenge of, like, trying to get every ninja that I can in the game to Elder God. You know, that's the challenge.
Taking a turn for the better.
For me, what I don't like is everybody who's stuck with their same main team, you know, since day one, you know, hitting Elder God with the same team since day one, and then they're gonna, you know, be toxic to other people, you know, like, come on, man, you know, why you gotta be that way? I know a lot of players who, like, have stuck with their main team since day one, and they're such assholes, man. Those are the people I don't like. And then what makes it worse is with me, I can't even, you know, switch characters. I have to explain every time that, you know, whenever I do a new season, I use a different character. People think I'm always changing mains. I'm not. I'm just using a different ninja, you know, every season because that's the challenge, you know. But of course, nobody will ever look at it that way, and nobody will ever think that I'm like that. I mean, it's also the reason why people think I'm always toxic and they teabag me because they go like, Nick Nitro's gonna teabag me also as well. Like, when I've never even teabagged on my, you know, on Mortal Kombat 1. I may have teabagged a couple of times at MK11, but I stopped doing that for Mortal Kombat 1. I don't do that anymore. So, like, you know, you can't, you know, like, it's like you can't do anything, you know, for fun, you know, without people sweating it out there. And you know, it makes me, you know, it kind of pisses me off sometimes. But it is what it is. Who are you going to play next season? I'm planning to play Rain. But I don't know whether if I'm going to play Rain right away or I'm going to take a break and play Tekken, because I do want to play the Ninja Pack in Tekken. But we'll see, because there's just so many games to play and there's not enough time in the world. And then most likely after Rain, it's most likely going to be Takeda when he releases. But I do want to also eventually get Kitana and Lee Mei into the mix as well. Even if you get teabag, especially if I get teabag squared, because the thing is, if the moment that I teabag, I'm part of the problem already. It doesn't matter if, you know, oh, because the person teabagged me as well or that. No, the moment you teabag, you are automatically part of the problem. You're automatically toxic. That's just how it is, because there is no justification for teabagging or insulting other players, you know, no matter who it is or what they do. If we want the toxicity to stop, it has to start with us. So with us, we have to be the start of, you know, not being toxic anymore. Because if we give into the toxicity around us, it's never going to end.
Mind the side effects.
I mean, the fact that almost everybody I fight automatically thinks that I'm going to teabag them or that I'm toxic, even though I haven't even proven or shown anything that I'm going to do that, it goes to show how toxic our community is. The fact that by default, everybody thinks that you're going to be toxic, that's just how bad our community is already. I don't want to make it worse. Even if I don't make a difference, at least I can start, you know, with me, you know, not, you know, being part of the problem. I just only hope that others can, you know, kind of follow the same suit.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Oh wait, I forgot you have to tell the guy that you want to fight the boss.
Time to go.
Well, let's change my characters. My poster boy for today is Rossley, so I stick with Rossley.
Yeah, I'll do my best, but I can't guarantee a victory.
Let's do a melt team. Where are you, Toma?
Let's get out there and make some friends.
Where's Bennett?
Gonna be epic.
Oh no, wait. I did want. This is the type of team that. Okay, Kazuha.
Want me to come along?
Put Toma here. Put Bennett here. Now it's I gotta put Bennett where Kazuha is. Okay, let's do it. I don't know which one is which. They're both the same to me.
Fire it up! One with nature.
Everybody stand back.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Let's begin.
Don't get too close. The wind knows me. Here's backup.
Going in.
A moment, please.
Doesn't do as much damage as I was hoping, but you know what? Damage is still damage.
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
There we go.
Teamwork is strength.
Let's begin.
This is the perfect setup.
Supporting fire. The wind knows me.
Stay cool. Face your guilt.
You think they're gonna add a movie skin for Sub-Zero? I really don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't like making predictions.
Now.
It'd be nice if they did, but I really don't know. Anything is possible. Oh, I died. Wow.
Objections.
That's funny. Okay, where to go now? Hang on, is my Toma build even good? I feel like it's not. Bennett's fine, but Toma. 400 recharge. 210 recharge. The lady characters need new skins. Oh yeah, they do, 100%. That's why I mod them. They always add new skins to Scorpion. Yeah, well, what can you do? You know, that's NetherRealm Studio for you, and that's Ed Boon for you. I don't approve of it, and I don't agree with it, but you know, what can you do? I just play the game. Let's see. Nah. Can I get this higher? I guess I could use a Stardust. I hope Sub-Zero gets buffs next season. It'd be cool if he does. I just hope they buff him correctly. That's the only thing that I'm concerned with. They need to buff him correctly. Like with the buff they did with Reptile, that's a correct buff. That's exactly how you should buff a character. How Reptile got it, for sure. Rain, I wouldn't say that Rain got buffed wrong, but he got buffed way too good. But yeah, like so far, the best example of like a buff is Reptile. That character was done correctly. Who else I gotta do? What else I gotta do? What else is my weeklies? I have to do 6 more bosses. Dishes. Requests. I gotta do the request. Oh yeah, I gotta do the request.
I once considered keeping.
Okay, first let's do the dishes. Sikander called his mom on the phone and he was fake crying, telling her that his character is bad. I saw that as well. I wouldn't say that it was fake crying, but it definitely wasn't like full-blown bawling. But I can definitely feel his pain there. The only reason why we don't feel that pain is because we don't main Sub-Zero as much as Sikander does. And Smoke is in a good place right now. So of course, you know, I'm not going to complain because Smoke is in a great place. If Smoke was in a situation as bad as Sub-Zero, I'd probably be just as hurt as Sikander, to be honest. Oh, I have to do this manually? Crap. I wish Ermac has a better projectile. To be honest, like with Ermac, like his projectile game, you know, like how do I say this? Like Ermac's low projectile, like I'm not saying that like it's good or bad. It's just that I don't think that's just the way to go. If we just gave him like the force ball like in the previous games, like if we gave him the force ball like in Mortal Kombat 9, that's perfect already. You know, don't need to do anything else. Ermac's a projectile, probably one of the most solid characters in the game. That's all they needed to do. I don't like the low you can get punished from mid-screen. Well, that just means that, you know, like that's just bad projectile placement. Because me, I've gotten punished by that too, and I don't think it's because, you know, Ermac has a bad projectile. I just made a bad decision because that move is very fast. You know, especially for 2 bars, you can stun somebody. You know, it may not be the best projectile, but if you, it's like with a lot of good moves. You're gonna get, most of the time, you're gonna get hit by the projectile. But if you block the projectile, you get rewarded for it. So the fact that Ermac is punishable on that projectile, I don't think that's a bad thing, to be honest. I think it's kind of fair. That's why I think it's best to use Ermac's projectile, like, you know, at far range, you know. Using it mid-range, that's very, very risky. That's why I try not to do it myself too, unless I know I can really catch my opponent. I'll just cook the rest of this. But like if Ermac just had his, his force ball, like from MK9, that'd be perfect already. Or MK Deception. MK Deception was my favorite force ball from Ermac. Yeah, that's why I stopped doing that. Well, good. Smart. You know that something doesn't work, so you stop doing it. That's the way it's supposed to be. If you see that something doesn't work or it doesn't work all the time, then you stop doing it. Because that's a better mentality to have. If something doesn't work, then to do something else. Because the mentality that other people have is that something doesn't work. Oh my gosh, that my character is bad. This is horrible. I'm gonna cry about it. No. Don't do that. If something doesn't work, you do something else. That's just how it is. When are you gonna stream Combat League? Maybe tomorrow, because it's gonna be the weekend here in the Philippines. So I'll probably stream tomorrow.
Here's backup. Don't get too close.
Everybody stand back.
One with nature.
Wait, why am I using Pyro against this?
As one with wind and cloud.
Let's begin.
What if I could hit the horn from the back? Nope, I cannot hit the horn from the back.
Get a little chilly. Way now.
Oh, he's gonna do something.
Time to improvise.
Yes, that hurt me.
The wind knows.
That's fine. I'm still alive.
Check this out. I got you covered.
I'm going in.
Yeah, there you go. See? Easy enough. Who else do we got? Oh yeah, we still gotta do the requests here. But I actually will have another video up soon, like maybe like in a couple of hours, because I just finished editing my recent video, which is it's a Movado smoke guide and like tips and tricks and reviews. Because I think that Smoke and Movado are a really, really good team. I just want to share my knowledge. Because like every problem that like I complain about with the other ninjas, Smoke and Movado can answer all of that like easily. Because the number one thing I always complain about when it comes to fighting people, especially in Combat League, is everybody runs away. Always, always, always runs away, backs away, no matter who they are. Whether it's amateur or pro player, like I've gone against pro players who've done the same thing. They just always just back up. Always, always, always just back up. And I hate it. Every other character I have to keep chasing all the time. Even Reptile, who I think is like my second strongest character. I have to chase with Reptile and I hate it. But Smoke and Movado don't have to do any chasing. I can easily catch people. Very, very, very easily. There's so many ways to catch people. I mean, that alone, the fact that, I can easily catch people running away from me with Smoke. That's one of the big reasons why I made him. Other than the fact that he's my favorite ninja. But that's also the thing about ninjas. Ninjas are fast and they're able to catch their prey.
Wind and cloud.
A moment, please.
think that's all of them. Yep. Alright, got all the requests. Next, let's finish up all the bosses. You. So if you can kill this thing without destroying its shield.
Don't get too close.
Teamwork is strength.
I got you covered. One with nature. Let's begin. Fallen leaves, adorn my night into the wind. Check this out.
Way now.
I can destroy this thing.
One with nature.
Going in.
Here's backup.
Hey, where are you going? Where are you going?
Let's begin. Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call.
I gotta love
Get out of here.
gotta love iframes. Oh, there's a shield.
The wind knows me. Don't get too close.
Teamwork is strength.
I got you covered.
Way now.
Stay cool.
Face your guilt.
Alright. Hey, what's up, John? Welcome to Stream My Ninja. Done with my Abyss level. Also, right before the Knave banner ends, finally got a weapon. Nice. Congrats on getting the weapon. Oh, you finished the Abyss. You were able to triple star the 12th floor. What else boss I need to fight? Let's fight the Wee Nut. Well, do I want to fight the Baptist? Nah, I hate fighting that thing. Oh, let's fight the chicken. No, I missed my floor 11 triple star. Oh, so you're not done then. Okay, all right. Just clarifying then. Yeah, forgive me, because when you said that you finished the leveling, I assumed like you really finished it.
Going in.
One with wind and cloud. Check this out. Supporting fire.
All right, we can go full on melt here now.
A moment, please.
Easy enough. I mean, the chicken was never hard to begin with, but you know, at least it was fast. I got back later. I need to make sure the Knave's weapon is level 60 and 70. Cool.
Fire it up.
You can take your time with it since now you have the weapon forever now.
Everybody stand back.
Oh no, I shouldn't have done that.
Way now.
Still do quite a bit of damage.
One with nature. Don't get too close.
We'll just wait. I'm gonna do a bit more damage here now.
The wind knows me.
I'm gonna wail on you once you do the orb thing. go.
I got you covered. Clouds high. The bird.
I'm going in.
Have a safe trip.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So the Matrix, yeah. By the way, Nick, the permanent job I work, the Madam boss didn't contact me for work. So meaning I can go back to part-time work as the one new permanent job is calling me soon under my dad's friend is another one. Doing factory for packing pets food. All right, cool, cool, cool. Well, you know, that's just one opportunity that, you know, didn't work out, but you have another opportunity. So it's all good, John. It's all good. As long as you don't stop the grind. That's all that matters.
Check this out.
Get out of here.
Come on. Nah, I probably should have waited a little bit.
Into the wind. Fire it up.
Let's fire it up.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my. Here's backup.
Okay, now we got the melt going. I do like this melt team. This melt team is really good when you set up correctly. So yeah, I re-edited my resume to make sure I can get any permanent job vacancy suitable for me. Now, that's the way it is. You're doing pretty much, you know, what you're supposed to be doing, which is good, you know. It's good to hear. I remember, you know, those days when I was applying for jobs as well. A lot of rejections before, you know, I actually got the actual, like, legitimate, like, you know, you're hired. And that's how life works, you know. Not very many people get accepted on their first job on their first try. Life just doesn't work that way. I remember Lady Nitro too when she was applying for her first job after we graduated from college. My gosh, you know, I was there for every rejection and also every hiring. I was there for all of it. It's here actually. It's just a part of life. Oh yeah, I forgot. I hate fighting this thing because the thing is in the Corona.
I'm going in.
I got you covered. As one with wind and cloud.
Why does it have to be on the head? That's why. There we go. Now gets business done. Alright, just like that. Oh, nice. Yeah, true. I rest up for now as I'm ready to doing the hide and seek mini game event for tomorrow. Yeah, the wind trace event is I'm not liking it too much, especially since they made the gameplay similar to Dead by Daylight. I really don't like it now. I don't know why they went from hide and seek to Dead by Daylight. I don't like that. But, you know, it is what it is. Speaking of, I think I did all of the weeklies now, so I gotta do that event now, which I don't want to do, but it is what it is. But I also have to finish the previous event. I have to do one more round, so okay. Who to fight? Who do I still have to get rewards from? Not the Narwhal. I already fought Arlecchino. I already fought a Peps Warden. Ajdaha, maybe? Yeah, let's find out. Let's fight Ajdaha. That's not Ajdaha. Ajdaha. I'm not touching my primos until Cloron comes out along with her weapon. Same here, John. Same here. You and I are thinking the same now. Although Lady and I have been playing that after we got Arlecchino, but you know, the same thing. We're definitely the same thing. Try Child. You want me to fight Child? I mean, like, I don't really need anything from him, but you requested. Let's fight Child then. It's gonna be a very fast fight. Oh, it's a late night show. It's the child.
This opportunity is
hard to come by.
Amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle. Let's begin.
All right, this is gonna be quick work.
You've made some progress.
Oh wait, no, gotta wait.
Got a trick or two.
Fire it up!
Get out of here!
All you do is run.
Into the wind. Here's backup! A moment, please.
Oh no, I have been marked with the Riptide. Doesn't matter. Rossley became a girl. I missed.
Everybody stand!
Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
Come on, hurry up. There we go.
Let's begin.
Okay. Should I collect the rewards for here? I mean, I don't really need anything here.
So his friend and him got their phones like this. And then one is Baiju, one is Scaramouche. Baiju has the Scaramouche weapon, and Scaramouche has the Baiju
weapon. Nick, I heard that Colombina will be the next Fatui playable, not Capitano. It's possible. I mean, again, those are just leaks. We need confirmation. Again, I've repeated this on multiple streams, guys. Leaks are leaks. They're not facts. They always should be taken with a grain of salt. Just because we heard it doesn't mean it's going to be true. So while, as I said, it's a possibility that Colombina can be, but we cannot say that she will be. Primos, we have 6,000 right now. And we're at 10K now. So if we're going to add together 36, 30. So we're at 10,630 right now. With 19 wishes. What else do we want to do? Oh yeah, Sino's story quest. Did we do it? Why not? Let's do it right now. There's so much to do today, guys. There's so much to do today. Yeah, I don't like rumors unless they got a real teaser for the Natlan region. Well, exactly, John. You know, we wait for actual confirmed stuff. Once we do, then we can start talking about it. But Fontaine's not done yet. It's almost done. That's why everyone's starting to get ready for Natlan now. It's the same thing when we were getting ready for Fontaine when Sumeru was almost done. So it's just the same thing all over again. And yes, we're doing the Sino chapter quest now. Wait, hang on. Why did I get teleported here? Oh, here. Should be there. Up, here it is. I'm not gonna do much talking during the dialogue, guys.
Wow, the academia sure is busy during the day.
Sethos got demoted from 5-star to 4-star character. No, he was always a 4-star character. He never was a 5-star character. I mean, what? It's more of like Sethos and Sino fought for. They were both 4-star and they fought for the 5-star position, and Sino won. But you know, that all jokes aside, yeah, Sethos is always going to be a 4-star character. To be honest, Sino even looks like a 4-star character. Nilu looks like a 4-star character. I don't know why they're 5-star. Ning Wang should have been 5-star.
It's been so long since we last saw you.
It feels like forever.
Welcome back to Sumeru City. I'm so. What?
Oh, nothing in particular. I just saw a really big mushroom out on the road the other day and suddenly missed all our friends at Sumeru.
Funnily enough,
We were reminiscing about you recently, too. It was at a group dinner. I look forward to hearing about your travels. Something tells me we must have a lot to catch up on.
Ever since when you got the limited edition TCG card. I still remember that. They really did the scene really funny. Remember when Kave won and you see Sino in the back just like looking at him out of just pure envy. It was like, that card should have been mine. Anyways.
You were thinking of us too? What a coincidence!
Wow, Paimon's loud.
Indeed. Or as I call it, the biryani factor.
Did you just say the biryani factor? A bad joke.
You really want me to say the rest? Okay. It's always rice to meet stew again.
Oh no. No, Sino, why? Why, Sino? You know what, Sino? If I was Sethos, I'd shoot you myself with the bow.
Oh, darn, he said it.
I win the bet, Paimon. Time to pay up.
You like that one, huh? You
I
must
didn't
if
say
you
that,
remember it
Sino.
after all this time. Admit the truth. You have long been in awe of my razor-sharp wit.
No, Sino, that is not it at all.
Alright. Here's your 500 more.
Oh, they actually bet. Thanks, Paimon. Feels good to hit the jackpot.
Paimon's never making a bet again. Paimon really thought Sino would be able to hold back on the jokes. They say people can change, but maybe that's just wishful thinking.
Ah, so this was technically my fault. In that case, I'll treat you to some sweets later.
You see, he didn't even say that he'll stop with the jokes. He'll say, okay, I'll just treat you later. It means he's never gonna stop.
Anyway, I'm actually investigating a case right now. My mind is focused on work, which is why I didn't complete the joke at first.
Neil should be a force.
Case?
Right?
What
He's not
happened?
even that relevant in Sumer.
I know, she just danced, right?
But after finding out
Neither
who's
just
involved,
danced.
I decided, on reflection, to handle this one myself.
Need any help? We only came here to hang out, so we've got the time. You may as well take a
Yeah,
selfie
but
when
Beto's
you're done. We can
But Beto's the
run
captain, and
dinner.
she's only a 4-star.
Such enthusiasm.
Why are you? Why does
Don't forget
Chi-Chi have to
about
be a
treating me to some
5-star?
sweets if you're not around to remind me.
No!
Obvious enough. Still, that's a fine idea. You are the heroes of Sumeru. It makes perfect sense to work together. All right, follow me.
Follow me. All right, Rossley, welcome to Sumeru. Ladies and gentlemen, there's cake in the library.
Do you see him? The old man flailing around?
Oh, is he the one you wanted to talk to about the case?
Correct. His name is Cyrus, a former Spontamod sage.
Spontamod.
He taught both me and Lisa.
Huh? Sino's teacher is in trouble?
Lisa was under the Spontamada course? Or maybe they were just classic, but they were different courses.
It's ridiculous. I'm just an old
What course do
man
you
who
think,
enjoys a
Lisa
spot of
took?
gardening, shopping, and wine.
The
What sort of person
Makes
targets
sense,
an
yeah.
old retiree?
Professor, I've brought some friends.
Professor. I really want the Kabe rerun banner. Eventually it'll come. Eventually it'll come, John.
Hold on, let me think. A flying fairy dressed in white? A youth who does not seem to hail from this land? My goodness. You must be the legendary traveler in Paimon. I've heard all about what you've done for Sumeru.
Well, thank you.
Wow, looks like we're really famous.
I've told him about you before. You are my friends, after all.
We're here to help Sino.
That's right. Let me summarize the situation. A couple of days ago, Professor Cyrus suddenly received a threat letter.
A letter of threat.
Exactly. Who sends a threat letter to an old man like me, for goodness sake?
This is the letter in question.
Cyrus, I have uncovered your secret. If you wish to prevent it from going public, leave 10 million mora at the back door of the cafe.
We don't even have 10 million mora.
Secondly, don't come looking for me. You'll never find me. But I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. Finally, if you dare to report this to the Matra, there will be consequences.
Well, there's already consequences.
Wow, they sure didn't mince their words.
Clearly, this person must be desperate for Mora.
10 million mora. What a joke.
7.
I'm just a single retiree with nothing to my name beyond the tomatoes in my garden. Where do people think I'm hiding 10 million mora, huh? In my tomatoes?
Are the tomatoes delicious? If they are,
There were no
they might be worth 10 million.
So currently the letter is all we've got. So Traveler, Paimon?
Paimon's ready.
Alright, take a look.
Do I see anything suspicious? Besides this chicken scratch? Not really. Cyrus, I haven't covered blah, 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 blah. This symbol, what could it mean? It sounds like the threat didn't come in an envelope. It was simply written on a crude piece of paper and left for Cyrus to find. So, the ink? Okay.
Yes. Some of the strokes are blurry.
So is there something wrong with the ink?
Possibly. And I bet the paper has something to do with it.
Most of the paper around here is much smoother than this, and the ink is absorbed quickly so it doesn't run. This paper, meanwhile, it's very coarse-grained, almost as if it's made from some sort of plant matter.
Like papyrus?
It's certainly not the same paper as we use in the academia, but the ink is nothing special. Just regular black ink that gets a blue tinge when applied to paper.
So do we think the culprit has a connection with the academia or not?
Well, we saw that the ink wasn't being absorbed, so, you know.
Wait, check this out. Looks like this part got wet at some point.
Agreed. The staining suggests it was a colored liquid, not plain water. It also looks like it was wiped off with a damp cloth.
A colored liquid. So, tea? Wine?
Looks like we're thinking along similar lines. Let's go talk to Arav. There are some things I'll...
Arav. I'm sorry. Wait, are we gonna meet with El Haytham? For those who already did this story, don't spoil it for us. It's not El Haytham.
Arav. Ah, there he is.
Mahamatra Sino. Sir Cyrus. Ah, and the Traveler and Paimon.
As such, I'm inclined to believe that the culprit in this case is a student at the academia. Oh, one last thing. I'd start your investigation by taking a look at the cafes in the city.
Oh, of course! You think the culprit spilled their coffee on the ladder, huh?
They do look like coffee stains to me.
Mhm.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, the letter is written on a type of
It's
scented
finally
paper that has
finished. A
aromatics
memoir of
added
my
during the
life,
manufacturing
written in red
process.
ink.
The kind often
Ah,
provided as writing
barnacles.
material for customers in cafes and taverns.
Ah, of course. Yes, like they sell in the gift shops. I remember now.
Understood. I'll assemble a team to investigate the points of interest immediately.
You have my gratitude.
One last thing. Send some Matra to guard the entrances and exits of Sumeru City. And change into plain clothes. Don't let them see you coming.
Will do.
Don't let them see you come. Sorry.
Great thinking, Sino. So, where do we think the culprit's at right now? Yeah, they've probably been lying low at home waiting to see how...
You're right, Paimon.
Really? Which part?
The culprit's approach. Whatever happens, they need this Mora. But just because they warned Professor Cyrus not to go to the Matra doesn't mean they know what he'll do next. And crucially, The culprits said they'd be watching the professor's every move.
Huh? Wait, are you saying...
Found you!
Oh no, Sino already decided to, tackle one of the students, babe. Like, look, this is what happened. We're just in the library. It's like, the culprit should just be lying low right about here. It's just a guy in the library. It's like, I found you.
What are you doing?
You wrote the threat letter.
I don't know what you're talking about. What threat letter?
I sensed someone was watching us from the shadows the moment we entered the House of Dana. You managed to stay relatively well hidden for someone reckless enough to threaten Professor Cyrus.
Oh, wow.
There are a lot of people here, but we were looking specifically for Arav. Whoever followed us the whole way was likely to be the culprit.
I was just listening in, that's all. You know something big's going down when Mahamatra Sino shook.
You smiled when Arav left. I saw it as clear as...
Is smiling a crime now?
There are coffee stains on the letter. You mixed some coffee with water, gently smeared it onto the paper, then wiped it off with a wet cloth. All to create the impression that the letter was written at a cafe.
Wow, Sino's Batman.
Closing off the exits to the city doesn't affect you, because you already live here. And as long as the Matra were focused on the cafes, you would be free from scrutiny. The cafe was a red herring all along. You had to be somewhere where you could monitor the professor's movements.
You can't pin this on me! I haven't done anything!
Really? Then why are you shaking like a leaf?
Do leaves shake?
The innocent have no reason to fear the Matra. But you, your heart's racing, and your eyelids are twitching.
Wow.
You're a terrible...
That wasn't his eyelids, those are just straight up his eyes.
I would never...
Don't try anything or you'll pay the price. Now come with me.
Wow. Who would have thought?
Well, that was over quickly. Sino already caught the guy.
You're telling me. One minute I go out for a quick smoke, the next minute I see Arav already on his way back to meet up with Sino. Looked like a young guy, too. Couldn't have been much more than 30. But after what he's done...
You hear that, guys? You hear what he said? 30 is considered young.
Everyone, it's all over.
Gosh, that was so fast.
The culprit's name is Raka, a 16-year-old student in the Rataoist Darshan.
16 years old? Mother freaker, you look 30.
Huh?
16? Cyrus thought he looked 30-something.
We checked his records. He's 16, a third-year student.
A third year in the academia? You're only 16? Must be smart.
But he looks so old.
But he looks so old. Never mind, I take back what I said now.
Yeah, seriously.
Foolish child. He's too young for the criminal life. What the devil drove him down this path?
We questioned the culprit regarding his motives. He,
Oh, just spit it out. Nothing can surprise me at this point.
Very well. It's our understanding that Araka is a mediocre student who has been underperforming in his classes. He started taking extra tutoring to improve his grades, but developed a gambling habit around the same time and lost a lot of mora.
Damn, a 16-year-old gambling? This guy's really hit rock bottom.
Down on his luck, he went to the tavern for a drink and overheard some people chatting about Sir Cyrus's comfortable retirement. They mentioned that he's always arguing about his tomato plant.
Some old woman on the street? Goodness gracious. Has that rascal attended a single one of his classes? That old woman is Kasharwar's very own professor, Zaha Hadi. How can he not know who Zaha Hadi is?
Wow.
Is this going somewhere?
Oh, right, yes. So another thing. We don't just argue about tomato plants. And what are they trying to insinuate by comfortable retirement? A man grows a few vegetables and suddenly he's living a life of luxury?
Maybe it's more the fact that you have the time to grow vegetables in the first place.
Araka mentioned he'd heard a rumor alleging that Sir Cyrus illegally obtained a large sum of money from the desert before retiring and kept it for himself instead of reporting it to the academia. Araka believes this money to be the reason why
the
Sir
turns
Cyrus
have
hasn't
tabled.
kept up with any academic research or other projects since his retirement. And given your advanced age, he thought you'd be an easy target to blackmail.
Oh, Araka. I'm at a loss for words.
People make up rumors all the time. I am quite confident that Professor Cyrus has never embezzled a Mora in his life.
Oh, alright. I guess we wait for the 4.8 live stream. Oh, wait, sorry. I mean the 4.7 teaser. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like, I stopped watching all of those live streams now because there's only a couple things that I really need. The codes for the free Primo Gems and to see who's in the banners. That's really all I need to know. Like, knowing the events ahead of time, it doesn't really do me any good because, like, I never really prepare for these events because they're so easy to do. So for me, like, I all I do is just wait, you know, for the stream to be done. I go on Twitter. They usually post like the highlights of the stream on Twitter, and I just look there. I look at who are the characters that are gonna be in the banners and what are the Primo Gem codes. That's all I pretty much do. I don't wait for the streams anymore.
You'll have to
Before I thought they were fun to watch, but after I see like it's just an hour of wasting your time, you know, they're not fun to watch anymore.
Fistfuls to him on my behalf.
Especially sometimes the hosts get really, really cringy.
I completely understand how you feel, Sir Cyrus.
Professor.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
The academia will determine the appropriate disciplinary action against the student. And as for the individuals spreading rumors about the professor's...
Who said I'm obsessed with some old woman on the street? What? You seem confused. Uraka is just a young boy who made a very rash and very stupid decision based on some groundless rumor he heard.
Cyrus, you sound so
All
suspicious.
it cost me is a little reputational...
Please rest assured, Professor, that the academia will issue...
Yes, I have no doubt about that. But as a former educator, I'd still like to have a serious conversation with the boy's parent.
We looked into the family. Both parents are merchants, and they're often away on...
Oh, what a... You don't have to seal the evidence away yet, do you? I'd like to have that letter back for the time being, if possible. I need something concrete for when I talk to the family tonight. We have to show them how serious this situation is.
Yeah, I just wanted the Primo codes. Yeah, same here, John. Also, Nick, I didn't play Genshin Impact for one day due to the internet house. Well, it's all right, John. I mean, like, one day's not going to kill you. I mean, there was a time that Lay Natural and I didn't play Genshin for like a whole week, and you see that we're definitely, you know, not in any trouble from that. So don't worry, one day is not going to kill you. 6 Arakin finally got banned from Twitch. Yeah, that news spread out a couple days ago about 6 Arakin, and to be honest, since I didn't find out why, you know, it is what it is.
Authorities have already reviewed the evidence and are now discussing Araka's punishment.
What would be funny is if he got banned from TikTok. That's would be funny.
Just make sure to return it within a couple of days.
Because TikTok is where 6 Arakin really made his name. He started getting popular on Twitch and YouTube just because of, you know, his toxicity. But TikTok was really where he got big.
Oh, so you'll be able to close the case in 2 days.
But what about YouTube? He still streams YouTube. Yeah, YouTube and Twitch are different platforms. So if you get banned on Twitch, you can still stream on YouTube if YouTube doesn't ban you. And he still has TikTok as well. So he has 3 platforms, and now he's just banned from one of them. So he's still fine.
Give or take, cases like this are quick to resolve.
Very good. Well, thank you for all...
My apologies, Sir Cyrus, but I have a...
Ah, I see. Well, that's a pity. But Sino, you have to... Ah, and isn't Tainari in town at the moment? Bring him along, too.
What? Tainari? Just out of nowhere?
You mean Tainari's in the city?
He is. Tainari's master, Sir Nephis, called him and Kale to the academia to help out on a project. They should be at Nephis's office at this hour. Though I must say, I'm surprised you're extending an invitation to Tainari. Did you do something to offend Sir Nephis?
Don't be outrageous. Nephis offends me all the time. It's never the other way around. Anyway, hurry up and fetch Tainari. I'll... go on now.
Interesting turn of events. The second floor of the tavern. All right. When are you gonna order Assassin's Creed Shadows? I'm not gonna pre-order it. I'm just gonna probably just purchase it when it releases in November. The only reason I would pre-order Assassin's Creed is if like they actually have like an exclusive skin that I really really want, or anything like that, or if it's cheaper if I pre-order it. But if there's no discount or there's no exclusive from pre-ordering it, I'll just buy it once it gets released. It's Calais.
Not to brag, but we never had problems like this at Ratawa Hiss back when I was still teaching. And if you don't want to take my word for it, you can ask them. It was students at the time. They'll tell you what it was like, won't they?
I was out in the forest at least 4 days a week back then, thanks to a colossal workload from Master. It wrought havoc on my poor tail, so I didn't exactly keep up to date with what was going on at the Academia. Most of what I know, I heard from Sino after the fact.
Professor's become a lot more laid back in his retirement. He used to be far stricter, and was especially known for being extremely principled.
We just need to wait for that and the gameplay. I mean, we'll see. But look, even if you pre-order, even if you pre-order it 1 day before release, it's still considered a pre-order. So we can wait up until like the last day of November. No, wait, November 14th, since it gets released November 15th.
It's a pity Kale wasn't around at the time. I would have happily taken her on as a student.
And then we'd have one more person who has to address Lisa as upper-class woman.
It seems Final Fantasy VII Rebirth along Final Fantasy 16 will come to PC after their sales report got dropped badly. That's not really the reason they put it on PC. They put it on PC a year after, or not really a year, but like they usually put it like after it gets released on consoles. Like same thing with Final Fantasy VII Integrate and Remake. They were put onto PC after a certain period of time after it was released for PlayStation. It's always like that. Usually anytime there's a console exclusive, they will bring it to the PC port much later in the future. It's never because of like sales drops, you know, or things like that. They'll always put it in the future for PC ports.
Really? Can't you just call her Lisa? She seems to prefer it when people treat her like an older sister.
Oh, believe me, back when she was a student, nothing made her happier than the younger students acknowledging her seniority.
I hope we still fight against Orders of Ancient. I don't like the Templars. I can understand that. There's a lot of people who do like the Orders of the Ancient. Personally, for me, it's when it stopped being about the Templars. That's when it started falling off for me for Assassin's Creed. I mean, same thing back from, you know, Assassin's Creed 3, you know. It was from the Templars to the Orders of the Ancients. That's when it started kind of falling off. That's why Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 were really my favorites, because I did like fighting against Abstergo and the Templars. I mean, that was the point of Assassin's Creed.
More food? Are you sure about this? We don't want to take this big.
But you know, it is what it is. We'll see what happens when Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out.
And if it's not enough, order some more. After all your help today, treating you to dinner is the least I can do.
I thought I heard some familiar voices.
It's Kaveh. It's like Order of the Ancient is better than Templars and stronger. It's not about strength and like who's the bigger organization. It's the whole relationship between the Templars and the Assassins, because you know the whole Roman Catholic crusade back in the ancient times against, you know, the Muslims. That's where that whole story is. That interaction between the Templar Knights and the, you know, and the Muslims of that time, which are the Assassins in Assassin's Creed. That's where the story became really interesting. When they started putting like ancient aliens, you know, in the game, that's when I started losing it already. I was like, nope, you guys lost me. I'm not interested in the story anymore. I like the relationship between the Templars and the Assassins. That's why I like that story.
It's been a while. Zahahadi was talking about
That's why Assassin's Creed started becoming more about like aliens and gods rather than about the assassins already. That's why Assassin's Creed Origins, which is supposed to be the first Assassin's Creed that happened, it was more about all the aliens. That's why nobody liked it. Even though it was the origin of all the assassins. And for me, that's why I didn't like it either.
I've been all right,
Oh,
thank
these
you.
ancient people are so
Care
advanced.
to join us?
Aliens.
Aliens. It's always about aliens.
That's awfully kind of you, but I had a late lunch, so I'm not really hungry just yet. I'll have dinner a little bit. I just came to Lombard's to buy some wine, and when I heard some voices I recognized, I thought I'd come and say. So what's the occasion anyway? Some sort of celebration?
You mean Odyssey? Oh, Odyssey. Sorry, Odyssey. You're right. Screwhead. Yeah, I mean Odyssey. But still, the fact that they stopped talking about the Templars and started, going about ancient aliens already. That's when I lost interest in Assassin's Creed, because that's not Assassin's Creed anymore. Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3 was really the aliens. Origins doesn't have that, only gods. Well, that's another thing. There's actual gods in Origins. That's the thing about Assassin's Creed. It was supposed to be kind of realistic. When they started going about supernatural entities already, especially gods, I was like, this is not Assassin's Creed. This is just pretty much Wrath of the Titans already. Or, or Greek mythology already. Well, it's not Greek. That's Egyptian mythology. But still, you get what I mean. When mythology like that, like grand mythology, got incorporated as Assassin's Creed, that's not Assassin's Creed anymore. That's already like, Wrath of the Titans, or like Clash of the Titans already, or God of War already. Which those games were really good because those were really about gods, not assassins.
Young people are up, but still.
That's why, I guess that's why people are not liking Assassin's Creed Shadows too much, because it's going back to like Assassin's Creed, like, 1, 2, and 3, which is the reason why I like it personally. So again, I'm kind of the oddball here against the majority of the population. Especially since all the discourse is happening, because everybody's getting upset the fact that the main protagonist is, a black samurai, But there's really a black samurai that really was, in history, but people just don't like it. People are just racist.
My son. Oh, he'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
What comes to your mind? No, they don't. They smell like white people, see?
Luckily.
No.
Your order's ready, sir.
Babe, did you know Sumerians are white? See?
Coming. I'll have to get going. Have a nice evening, everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, Kaveh.
Here I am. The coffee beans are in here too.
Yep, it's all there. I'll stop babbling away now. Let's eat before...
Food gets cold. Busy chatting, you almost forgot about food.
Picked up groceries for all.
Yeah, probably. He's still living on Hytham's place, that's why, It's the least he can do. That's why whenever Kaveh eats out, it's already automatic. Hytham just tell Kaveh to bring me food. He will. He knows what I want.
So I have the money.
I know, it's his money. Alright, here we go. You spent a lot of money, Cyrus. Are you sure you don't have a bunch of money on you?
Paimon's belly is about to explode.
Oh, mine too. I'll have to walk home to burn some of it off.
It's not how it works.
Master Cyrus. Master Tainari and I will bring you some homemade herbal tea next time. It'll do wonders for your sleep.
Well, I look forward to that. In fact, could I trouble you to bring a little extra for the other old folks on my street?
I haven't changed my Ermac gear because all his gear is trash, but the one with the mask the original one, yeah, I also don't like it as much as well. That's why I put mods.
See you all later. I better head home.
Good night, Professor. Don't let those tomatoes keep you up too late.
Hey,
Sign it out, please.
My tomatoes are serious business. I am not about to be beaten by Zaha. Anyway, I'll be leaving now. Don't stay up too late now, children. I bid you all a good night.
Hey, I'm not a child. I'm a grown man.
All right.
What do you mean,
Well, I was talking with Tainari and Kale, and since we all have some free time, we thought we could all go camping together. Think of it as our way of welcoming you back to Sumeru.
Really? Camping? Alright.
camping? Oh, that sounds fun. Paimon's in.
Time to show off my tent pitching skills.
Wait, no, that's my job. Don't take it away from me. You don't have to play the hero when you're out with us.
Do you have Ermac Deception mod skin? Currently what I have equipped right now is Ermac's MK11 skin.
Everyone, let's meet tomorrow afternoon at the riverbank to the southeast of Gandharvaville.
You'll see tomorrow during my stream.
No need to bring anything. We've already packed everything for the trip. Just bring your delightful...
You got it! We'll be there!
Great. Then we'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Alright, so... Wait till next day, 1400 hours.
What that?
What's going on? Hopefully next season we get another new stage just like the Tea House Rain. Hopefully. It'd be nice if we get a new stage.
Time
Alright.
to set off. Let's head to the southeast of Gandharvaville and meet up with the other.
Gandharvaville. Oh, nice. It's next to a statue. I need to heal anyway. They really set up for camping. Wow.
We're here! Wow, you guys
Are you gonna play Invasion because it's gonna be Reptile? Yes, I will. Actually, this season of Invasion with Raiden, I played it not just through it, but I actually grinded for a lot of the skins because the skins for this season are really, really good. So I got a lot of the skins from Invasions. Reptile most likely will be the same if the skins look really good. And of course, you know, I gotta get Reptile's, Invasion skin.
I hope I can contribute too. The other Forest Watchers gave me some fishing tips a little while ago.
But for me, what I'm gonna do is what I did for season 5. Which is I just waited until somebody or other people finished Invasions first, and then they made guides and posted it on Twitter. So that way, whenever I went on Twitter, I just look at the guides, and then so I can go through Invasions as quickly as possible while looking for the skins that I wanted specifically.
I bought some Val.
After Rain, who are you gonna play next?
Just don't bury your feelings using food.
Oh my God, Sino!
What I wanted was to recommend something bittersweet.
Oh, I have a sudden craving for fruit tea. I'm gonna go fetch some stuff.
After Rain, who are you gonna play next? Well, we'll see. Most likely after Rain, Takeda will be released, so I'll probably play Takeda. If not, either Katana or Melina.
Unbelievable. She made a run for it.
We'll see, because right now I've been asking also the other ninjas, the other viewers, and it's kind of split right now. So we'll see what people want to see me play more, Katana or Melina. My dear friend, you know what I'm about to say is Genius Invocation time.
Excellent. A kindred spirit.
Oh no.
Great warrior can sense when a duel is nigh.
Oh my God, what a nerd.
But it looks like we'll get told off if we start playing now. Let's enjoy the nature for...
He didn't go camping to play cards. I really hope that Scarlet and Jade like eventually get put into the game. And of course Noob Saibot. But you know, I can only wish. We'll wait and see.
We got a bite!
I'll reel it in.
Where's your fishing poles?
Firewood, spices, snacks, and drinks. Everything's ready. Once call
Gets back. Kale, are you back yet? Please tell me Kale's back. Kale? This is so relaxing. How about speak?
There are 3 tents. Which one do you two want to take?
How about the one on the left?
Whatever Paimon says.
Well, Paimon just thinks the ambiance here is a little better.
True. But it's also the closest to the water. If there are any sleepwalking fungi around tonight, they might stumble into your tent.
Well, that's no good. Take my weapon. You can use it to bar the entrance.
anyone would think you were sealing the gates to King Deshret's mausoleum.
Excellent. Then this tent will be an impenetrable fortress.
What a nerd.
I'm back.
Damn, Kali, you've been gone for a long time.
Barbecue? Always.
Oh, I want some barbecue now.
Oh, it smells so good. Paimon's drooling.
Someone sure is desperate to eat. I think it's time to add the
Wait, what? Isn't that just for steaks?
Hey, if it works for steak, maybe it works for other things too.
Medium well for me.
Okay, these are about ready now then. It'll be a few more minutes for anyone who wants theirs well done.
I'm gonna dig in. Nobody wants well done skewers.
Oh, that was so delicious. If I
ate a lot too. Here comes the food coma.
Yep.
If you're tired, then go rest.
Are there only 3 turns for like?
5 people. Well, 4 because
You must be getting sleepy too,
you know,
Paimon.
Paimon and
Why don't you guys head to your
Lumine are
tents?
considered one.
Sino and I will clean up.
Oh my gosh. No, it's let's
Who's gonna sleep with who?
now here's the thing. The
Tonight
realistic
I show
thing, it
you
would be
mercy.
like
Our secret
Tainari and
duel will
Colette,
take place
but the
without
fan
delay.
base would say Tainari and Sino. Paimon always Paimon. Yep, Paimon pretty much just does always what Paimon does.
Paimon's struggling to keep her eyes open.
I just always hate how she speaks in third person.
Oh, don't forget this. The staff
Oh my god, he
of the
actually
Saints.
got it.
Wait, you were actually being serious about that?
I love his
It's a very
seriousness.
powerful weapon. Try it.
Paimon can't even lift that thing.
Fair enough. You sure you don't want it?
Yeah, Paimon's sure. We'll be fine. And even if we do get an uninvited guest in the night, Paimon will be here to take care of the traveler.
Why are we still using the double blade?
That reminds me of a parting king of invocations. But right now, it's time to rest.
Titan Rain is in Invasions now? Cool. I never liked any of the Titan fights. And the skins were never worth it for me, in my opinion. Unless, of course, it's Titan Smoke or something. Also, Rain's Order of Darkness skin, I really don't like the long hair. That's why I had to mod Rain myself.
I think they should all be here. Traveler? Paimon? Are you in there?
Oh,
Could you come outside for a sec?
It's Alhaitham!
Look at this. What the? What's this sword doing here? Is it supposed to keep out intruders?
Evidently.
Evidently.
Huh? Who is it? Oh, what time do you call this?
How are they supposed to get the sword out if it's on the outside?
Paimon's gonna take out the sword. Yeah!
The voice. Her rent was due that week. Gotta take out the sword. Yeah! I'm going back to sleep.
I'll hate them. Kave! What are you doing here? It's the middle of the night!
Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut is out on PC. Yeah, cool.
Sorry,
I already
Dracula,
played Ghost of
this hour of
Tsushima,
the
so
night.
you know, like,
We've got a
not really
situation.
into the whole
Let's get
director's
dressed
cut.
and talk about it outside.
Do you like Smoke long hair? Personally, it's not for me, but there's nothing wrong with the long hair Smoke. I just personally don't like it. But, you know, that's just me.
Something has come up. And since it pertains to Cyrus and Sino, I deemed it essential to inform you all.
Whoa, back up. Let's start from the beginning.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Huh? Where'd the wine cups go? I could have sworn I left them here after I washed them. Ah, there they are.
I'll have a cup too.
Can you see if the cookies are still on the table?
They are. And so are the fruits.
The other one is Lee May from previously, Titan Lee May. Yeah, again, all the Titan fights, Baraka, Rain, Lee May, Shao Kahn, or General Shao. Yeah, I didn't like any of them, so I didn't finish any of the fights. Plus, the fights are kind of BS.
He was hosting a dinner for Sino. Anyway, they got a bottle of Lombard's new vintage for the table. At least, I think that's what it was. It looked pretty good.
Sounds like they're all tangled up in this.
You know what it's about, right? 16-year-old kid tried to extort Cyrus. He was asking for 10 million mora.
I heard some people talking about it on the streets, yes. Didn't take them long to catch the culprit. The sages are probably dealing with the case by now.
They used to argue, but now they work together. Oh no, Al Haytham and Kaveh still argue about like small stuff, but when they have to work, they'll work. You know, those are not mutually exclusive. They can always work together well, and they can argue when they're just at home. That's never gonna stop.
The extortion letter too. It was crudely written, but the paper had this give me a sec. I'll sketch it out for you.
I can't wait for a Titan Katana. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, done. Take a look. You see what I
Hopefully
mean?
there will one day
I don't
be a
think I've
Titan
ever
skin
seen
that I
writing
actually
paper
like.
this around before.
Interesting. These are all...
What?
Take this, for instance. Looks like an outline of a spire, similar to the kind found on some ancient palaces. And the crisscrossing and mirroring here. It bears a striking resemblance to an ancient emblem, one that hasn't been used in...
Whose emblem is it?
It's the emblem of the Temple of Silence.
On the paper, that's what the emblem was. Of course, Al Haytham was the only one who knows. Everybody never knows. It's always Al Haytham who's always the most knowledgeable. He's always reading all the time. It's like my grandfather.
After discussing it with each other, we both agreed that something didn't feel right. So we went looking for you. This was a long way to come from the city. Al Haytham figured you were probably with Tainari, so Gandharvaville was our first stop. But the Forest Watchers told us that you'd gone camping. Then, just as we were heading off to the campsite, we ran into Sino. He said he was on a supply run. We exchanged a few words, and then he ran off.
Hold on. So what's the deal with that emblem you were talking about?
Is everything okay? Give me a second.
So they were in the same tent. See, realistically, I told you.
So you've never heard of the Temple of Silence? Well, to put it simply, it's an organization that has existed in Sumeru for over 1,000 years.
Of course, you would only know Al Haytham.
These days, you can find a Temple of Silence office in the Academia. Theoretically, it's responsible for the custody and disposal of information and documents not fit for public dissemination. At least,
It's a place of secrets.
that's what they tell the outside world. In truth, it's essentially a vestigial institution nowadays. Historically speaking, the original Temple of Silence is said to have been established by Hermanubis, one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret and the greatest of all sages. Most of the by
Smells
contrast,
good, right?
none of the Academia Temple's current members are from the desert region, nor do they use any symbols connected with the desert folk.
So the Temple of Silence at the Academia is just a fake?
It's possible. The real question is, why? My guess is they're covering something up.
And that's...
So, how do you know all this? Sounds like some pretty top secret stuff.
I can't wait for next season already. Next season is gonna be pretty cool. Although I don't want.
Even after he resigned. So he's not the Grand Sage anymore.
And kept the pay raise even after he resigned. Well, so they finally found somebody to replace him now. So great, he's back to being a scribe, but he gets the pay of a Grand Sage. What a life! What a life, man! I want that life.
Even after resign, jeez.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Paimon did totally forget about that. So you took the chance.
But yeah, I don't want the next season to start yet until I get to Elder God with Ermac. So hopefully, it still stays longer.
Myself with the documentation in my office.
I mean, there's
I would
20
assume
plus days
that's
left,
a
so.
perfectly normal part of any job.
So much about this doesn't make sense.
Well, it only
Why
means
did the
something
emblem of
whenever
the Temple of
there's,
Silence
the
appear on
Grand
a
Sage
threat
is
letter
absent, he'll
from an
be
academia
report
student?
it.
Acting Grand Sage.
The student's only
It's
16
like a proxy
and
or
doesn't have any
Mhm.
family ties
a
to the
regent.
desert. So where could he have seen that emblem or gotten the paper?
You said you ran into Sino, yes? Did you tell him what you've just told us?
Yep. He ran off as soon as...
Given that Cyrus is involved, he's probably halfway through solving the case, but... Still, we should try to catch up with him. At this
So
hour of
Cyrus
the
is not
night,
completely innocent
Sino
this
will
whole time, eh?
If the Academia's Temple of Silence really does exist just to cover up the truth, the sudden appearance of this emblem can't be
Oh, that
good.
was the new
We
one.
should pay a visit to the Academia.
The new Grand Sage.
Yes. As the
I really
Sage
wonder
of
too.
Amorta, my
It's
master...
even
If this
Nahida.
situation is connected to the real Temple of Silence, the emblem has to be part of a bigger conspiracy.
Kale, could I
don't think
trouble
it's
you
her.
to send a message to the
Most
core
likely
of 30?
not her, but it'd be cool
Tell
if it was.
Traveler, Paimon, you two come...
Sounds like a plan.
She has
Cyrus has
other
been living in the
godly
city.
duties to attend
He
to. That's why.
rented a place near the field so he can keep an eye on his tomato plant.
She got no time for the stuff of the academia. You'd imagine like a little child just walking around trying to get the book on the bookshelf. Well, she can
Here we
float,
are.
so just
This
like,
is the place.
We might be too late. Looks like nobody's home. Oh, Sino moves fast. If he was here, he's probably long gone by now.
I know that voice.
Zahahadi, the old lady.
I hear.
Ah! Professor Zahahadi!
Wow, so it really is you. My goodness.
We're looking for Sino.
Yes, not long ago, in fact. He knocked on my door and asked if I'd seen Cyrus today. I told him the old fool left early this morning, and I hadn't heard him come back. So we went to his place. It must have alarmed Sino, because he took off in an awful hurry after that.
Well, if Cyrus isn't at home... Oh, it sure...
Professor, did you hear that a student recently tried to extort Cyrus?
Why, yes. When I left the house that day, I noticed he was watering his flower. I could tell something was troubling him, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. After seeing the letter, Sino told him to contact the Core of 30, but Cyrus was very reluctant. He claimed it would only damage his reputation. Eventually...
Huh? Cyrus didn't want to report it? Well, that's strange. When we saw him, he seemed pretty okay with the idea of the kid getting his just desserts.
As a former sage, it's possible Cyrus still has enemies at the Academia. That's why Sino was so insistent.
So Cyrus initially hoped to stop this from going public.
He only reported it because Sino forced him to, which means Cyrus must know something that Temple of
Oh,
Silence.
Dear, what on earth has that old fool gotten himself wrapped? Oh, I almost forgot. Sino left me this letter to pass.
Thank you.
What does it say? Let Paimon take a look.
You're right. My friends, this is rather complicated. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose more than that. I ask you to understand and accept that I act alone. Don't come after me. Interesting. Nick, gonna sleep now after you're done with the story. You know the truth of the Temple of Silence. Well, I mean, that's pretty obvious, John. But yeah, we'll finish the story. But anyways, get some sleep now. Good night, and thanks for joining the stream.
Understand and accept that I have...
Yep, that sounds like Sino. Thank you, Professor. Traveler, Paimon.
We'll finish this up. Return to the Academia. The House of Dene. Why am I here? But I don't want to go to the House of Dene. Oh my gosh, it's taking me on a detour. That was actually a pretty good path. Never mind. All right, acting sage, meet the Duke of Hazard. He definitely been doing his spots. Oh, Alhaitham and Rossley.
You're here? I thought you were going after... Ah, I guess you lost their trail.
We went to Cyrus's house. No one was there. Sino got there before us, but he
didn't say where he was.
No, he left us alone.
Where was Ahadi?
Can't say I'm surprised.
Typical Sino.
He's never surprised.
Anyway, some updates on progress on our end. I drew the emblem from memory again, but in more detail this time.
Oh.
That's a pretty good drawing.
I mean, he is an architect, so he has to be good at drawing.
So good.
I checked some ancient texts for a similar design. The one I found was a little blurry, but the similarity...
Yeah, and we're lucky we found anything at all. It turns out the emblem was all but lost to history. We scoured the entire academia collect.
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get Uraka to disclose his source. The one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds was a young man from the desert. According to Uraka, he had a striking presence and was well educated.
Is it an eremite? I hate eremites.
Apparently, the two met in the tavern over a game of cards. The guy
Oh my
claimed he was
god,
in business
that's
as part
so
of emergency.
Skype.
Rocco was intrigued when he heard what his new acquaintance had to say, and brought up the
His
idea of
blue eyes
extorting
are like
Cyrus
that.
from...
I see.
No, nothing about him is blue.
Be that this person planted the paper.
So, how do we find this guy?
He doesn't know. He claims not to have seen him since that day in the tavern. The man gave him some tips on how to carry out the extortion, but from then on, Uraka was acting alone.
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the Court of 30 and review the city's entry and exit record. Also, Nephis admitted that the Temple of Silence in the Academia is just a facade. The true Temple of Silence once came to the rainforest to establish a collaboration with the Academia. But, as the Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the Academia and ended the partnership. Ever since its inception, the Temple of Silence has been the guardians of King Deshret's civilization and belief system. They traveled throughout Sumeru, sequestering and guarding any wisdom that posed a threat at its roots. It was a legitimate and reputable organization whose purpose was to guide people towards the right path.
The academia of the day knew that the split would damage their reputation if it became a matter of public knowledge.
Not only that, but they managed to keep up the charade for hundreds of years.
So how did Cyrus become acquainted with the true Temple of Silence?
I'll bet that's the question that bothered Sino.
Whoever is behind this, getting Uraka to extort Cyrus was only the first step of the plan. Their true goal in doing so was for Cyrus to see the emblem on the...
He must have recognized it right away. That'll be why he didn't want to involve the authorities.
Since the desert is where the Temple of Silence originated,
I have to go after him.
Really? Are you sure that's a good idea with how you respond to the heat? Why don't we send someone else?
Yeah, Tenari's not good at heat.
I should be fine, as long as I bring plenty of water. Besides, I just can't shake this ominous feel.
Everyone, I have news from the Core of 30.
Nephis.
Master.
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tainari's master?
Nafis?
Oh, we're finally getting to meet him in person.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Traveler in Paimon.
I can't take him seriously.
Several independent eyewitnesses have reported seeing Cyrus and Mahamatra Sino leaving the city at different times. Both were... I was going to suggest that you join forces with the Core of 30 in this case. However, as I'm sure you've already heard from Alhaitham and Kaveh, the Temple of... The Academia has made a number of decisions throughout history that I am ashamed to talk about. It may well be that no better choice was available to them, but those actions... I won't attempt to make you understand the Academia's perspective. Now is the time for action.
With those glasses, you can see all perspectives.
I understand where you're coming from, Master. But I'm afraid the situation might...
Good point. If Cyrus is involved with the other side... everyone.
Need our help? Whatever you need?
Really? Wonderful. Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead from Uraka. Kaveh, Scribe Alhaitham, I'd like to ask you to cover the duties of the House of Dana. Tainari, You're planning to go and...
I am. Kaveh, I'll be okay.
Well, if you're sure.
Thank you all. Arav, let's go.
You'd better get moving. Don't forget to ask for help when you need it.
Will do. Let's go, Tighnari. Hopefully we can catch up.
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance already.
Don't worry, we can teleport. Ooh, a caravan rebot. Maybe we'll meet up with Dia or something.
Okay, we made it to Caravan Ribat. Where should maybe we should ask the near.
Hold on.
It is Dia and Kandake.
You sure you want to brave the desert alone? I mean,
it's not.
Oh, we
my
caught up with
first
Sino.
time.
Nice.
I'll be fine.
Sino.
If you're really going to
Kandake.
go through with this, then at least take our advice.
Some people say that Candace really looks more of like a
Budget
5-star
for 5
character.
days more than you plan to spend up.
Makes sense. Okay, I'll go get.
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Didn't I tell you not to come after me? I thought I had a good lead on you.
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that. Why would you go up?
Nothing personal. It's just a complex situation. And I'd rather not involve anyone else if I can help it.
takes a special kind of person to get Sino chasing them all the way out to Caravan Rebot. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Why can't you reveal his name? Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a while.
Yes, it is. Why haven't you appeared yet under standard banner?
Dia and Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, see?
You're looking well. Glad to see it.
Thanks.
Candace and I came to Caravan Rebot on business. We ran into Sino as he was asking about some elderly gentleman's whereabouts. Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert alone with just a sumpter beast in tow, and that's gotta be one heck of a story there.
Sino, it's okay if you can't tell us anything about the case. But let us know how we can support you. We're here to help however you need. The more people we have working on this, the...
No, it's not that simple. If I'm right.
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said, it's pretty...
Sounds like this is far more complex than we imagined.
It is.
Still, if he started from Caravan Rebot, the chances are that his route took him past our village.
My thanks to you both. Once this is resolved, I will find a...
Come on. No need to get all serious. All right, so, you all set?
Yes, we'll handle it from here.
All right, then we'll leave you to it. Just remember, if you change your mind and need some reinforcements, we'll be here.
And don't think you'd be imposing. You can depend on us.
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
We're just on a wild goose chase right now.
I like Candace's voice. That sounds like
What about Layla's?
Hold on. There's a few things I'd like to clear up.
Go.
So, after you...
Get those
Crystal flies.
Clearly, we've only scratched the surface of the Temple of Silence question.
Do you have any connection with the temple?
I do.
He does.
I trust you're all aware of the spirit that gives me my power. Hermanubis, the original founder of the Temple of Silence.
The lightning dog on you?
Due to my unique constitution, I was put through a number of trials in the desert when I was younger. Later, but my memory of that time is hazy. I can't recall much. It's a good thing that Kaveh noticed the emblem on the letter. Without that, I don't know if we would have connected the dots. I did not recognize that symbol at all. Whether that's because I've...
Yeah, you're right. Thank goodness for Kaveh, and for Alhaitham's diligence during his time as acting Grand Sage.
So still did a good job.
Those girls don't fly.
Cyrus must have recognized it right away, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have had any qualms about you reporting it.
I suspect so too.
Speak faster.
Professor has
Everyone
never
knows
once
you're
mentioned
so
the Temple of
wise.
Well, speaking of avoiding things, you do realize the...
I am or rather, I don't see how I could manage to.
That's right. Fact is, we're coming with you whether you like it or not. So
You
the
can't get
best
rid of
option-
us.
Fair enough.
Works for me. All right, off we go. Let's start by seeing what the guards here can tell us.
I saw that.
Hello.
Hello.
Mahamatra Sino? I'm looking for someone. So I'd like to come.
A man matching. Where was he go? Let me think. Do you have a map?
I have one.
Great.
Do you have a map? I have a map.
I am the map. I am the map. I am the map.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
You've got a really.
You're quite welcome. Best of luck.
Look behind you. Arnar! Arnar! Okay. What's that now?
Good thing we can. Oh, why is it so far? Why isn't it in the oasis? Why is it in this oasis?
Get those, get those! I didn't know there's so flags there.
There did I. There's always stuff happening in this oasis.
Hold on.
It's Sathos.
Do you think it's safe to ask them what they know?
Should be. I'll go.
No, I'll do it.
Sathos Kaiba. He's gonna duel with Sino.
Huh? Why can't Sino go talk to them? What difference does it make?
Given my background, appearance, and the way I dress, I might not be the most welcome visitor here.
Hello there. I hope I'm not interrupting. My friend and I are looking for an elderly man who's gone missing around these parts.
Oh, a missing person, huh? Sure. What do you want to know?
Alright, so he's definitely much more chipper than Sino.
I'm just wondering if you've seen him. Let me give you the details.
Too bad he's not gonna be with Cloron, so.
So, silver-haired guy in a long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes, and he's traveling alone.
He'd stand out like a sore thumb around here.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of guy we'd remember if we saw him.
He's looking behind me.
Oh, nice eyes.
Uh-oh. That guy's looking our way.
Your friend over there stands out a lot, too. Hey, aren't you Sino, the General Mahamatra?
What? They don't know each other?
Yes, that's me.
You
What's
don't seem surprised that I recognized you.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, you're the one looking for the old man who's gone missing, aren't you?
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Someone's on edge. You don't trust me much, do you? No need to hide it. I understand why you're wary of us. Still, you came to us asking for help. Do you want it or not?
I thought you were a group of merchants.
Your henchmen don't look like much, but something tells me they put up a better fight than most mercenaries.
Hey, hear that, guys? You're my henchmen now.
Suits me, as long as I get paid for it.
Just cut to the chase already. I'm
All right, come with me. All of you.
Where are you taking us?
Don't you want to find your friend? Silver-haired, long-robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes? Sounds like...
So you know where he is.
Oh, Cyrus. He said
Just follow me. I'll take you to him.
he knows Cyrus. Follow the mysterious Sethos. Okay. A small boy compared to this big duke.
And?
What? Where are you looking? There's nothing here.
Please, step back.
Ooh, something's coming out of the ground.
Heard rent was due that week. Let me take out the sword. Yeah.
What is this enormous building doing here?
And how was it so well hidden? King Deshret's technology?
Something that Alhaitham knows how to use.
Wait, so, hold on. Who are you guys really?
Is this the Temple of Silence?
All good questions. There'll be plenty of time to address them.
All of those are good questions. It's like, next question. Hang on, there was something I saw on TikTok that really piqued my interest. Let me see if it's actually true. It says that when you go to a certain distance, it disappears. Oh, it does. That's so sick. It is true. It is the Temple of Silencio.
They say there's nothing new under the sun, but somehow a picnic in the
That is so sick. No wonder it's been well hidden. It's like, is this a Temple of Silence? All? Good questions. Wow.
Is not what Paimon was expecting to find in the desert.
Neither was I.
Not hidden right next to an oasis.
Hermanubis.
Ooh, I'm scared. They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the guy Raka met in the...
He's a good
What's
leader.
wrong? Thinking about your professor?
I like his
I
personality.
just hope for your sake you haven't done anything you might regret.
Me too. Hope I haven't done anything to incur your wrath.
Man, so they don't know each other. He's just part of some secret organization. Damn, it became less interesting now. Talk to the mysterious persona. Wow, this place is big. Is there any chests?
Is your elemental fish?
Doesn't seem like it. Interesting place. Alright, no. This place is big. So this is the Temple of Be Quiet. I kill you. Ooh. Whoa, automatic doors. These people are ahead of their time. Sensor. Wait. Where's Sethos Kaiba?
Alright. You can wait here for now. I'll inform our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence.
You're not the leader.
Sit tight until he comes to...
So he's just gonna leave us here unattended? Maybe we're not being kidnapped after all.
They can't have been at the oasis by chance. They were waiting for us.
So this is the Temple of Silence. After leaving the rainforest, they hid themselves here?
Sethos Kaiba.
Look, that guy's coming back.
Don't worry. Someone will come and call for you soon.
What's your name?
Please, at least tell us to what to call you.
Sorry, guess I was so delighted to see you, I forgot to introduce myself.
The sarcasm.
My name is Sethos.
Kaiba.
I'll be here if you need me, but I'm not planning on answering all of your questions. Other than that, you can occupy yourselves however you see fit.
So we're free to explore by ourselves?
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off. Cyrus is here. And unless I've misunderstood, you're all quite anxious to see him again.
He's right. Well, if we've got some...
Sethos, he's not an annoying person, but I'm annoyed by his, snarkiness. It's like, oh, I was so delighted to see you that I forgot to introduce myself. It's like, all good questions. It's not like you guys are gonna run off. So far, amongst all the characters we've witnessed, this is the most sarcastic character, and I love it. Oh, talk to everybody. I thrive on sarcasm.
Temple of Silence would be hidden somewhere like this.
That's King Deshret's technology for you, I guess. It borders on the miraculous. Amazing to think that it's been preserved intact all this time.
And so far, the only ones who are able to, recognize the form of technology of, King Deshret is Kaveh and Alhaitham.
We should be wary of our hosts. Still, at this point...
Hey, Sethos Kaiba, do you have the Blue Eyes White Dragon?
Hey, Sethos. Have you got some time to chat?
Sure.
Sure.
Although, I'm assuming by chat, you mean you have questions for me? I don't blame you. Anyone else would. Not often. The Temple of Silence is a place of quiet and solitude. We don't get too many visitors.
Do you know Sino?
What kind of question is that? He's the General Mahamatra. Everyone in Sumeru knows who he is.
Okay.
Right, but back at the Oasis, you can't have known who he was for sure, or you wouldn't have asked him. So, what we're really asking is, have you never seen him in person before?
I've lived in the desert my whole life. Guess you could say I've never had the pleasure.
Ugh, why does Paimon feel like this guy's not being straight with us?
The sarcasm, I love it.
Come on, we've only just met. If I give you all the answers up front, you'll have nothing left to look forward to.
Sethos is that type of guy. He goes, there are two things to live by. One, never say everything that you know. And then number two, and then that's the joke. Right? He goes, there's two things to live by in life. One, never say everything that you know. He's that type of guy. You were the one who tricked Uraka, right?
Yes, that was me. Although, tricked is a stretch. He was asking everyone in the tavern about ways to make some easy money.
So he was still a 16-year-old kid who was trying to get money.
He insisted that nothing was off the table, even if it broke the law. So, I told him that Cyrus had embezzled a large sum of mora from the desert.
And the way how you talk, Sethos, it sounds believable.
So you framed Cyrus for a crime that he did not commit?
No. That's not entirely true. Let me jog your memory. The letter just said that he had uncovered Cyrus's secret. It didn't say what secret that was.
Did you tell him to use that wording?
Of course. Uraka was a great accomplice, really. Very cooperative with a little bit of wine in him. Did exactly.
Why did Cyrus leave for the desert as soon as he received the letter?
You'll have to ask him that one yourself. Certain thing, all you need to know is that he recognized our emblem. And it was his own choice to take the bait.
Have you ever been to the academia?
Nope. Not once.
So he's never been to the academia. Alright.
Really?
I have no need to go there. Not when the taverns are full of the Urakas of this world. Besides, we're well aware of what goes on at that place.
Wow. It's a bright person. Because he was talking about how Uraka's not the smartest guy, right? And he's like, so you never been to the academia? It was like, nope, not once. Plus, I don't have to go there, especially when that place is crawling with a bunch of Urakas. So that means he's saying that everyone there is dumb. What an ass. I love the sarcasm of him.
Spies? It's not as clandestine as that.
Clandestine? I don't even know that word.
Open. Anyone's free to walk in. You can find out all you need to know just by walking around town and hearing the word on the street.
Well, that's all I want to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So
This guy's so mysterious and sarcastic. I love it. Oh, door's opening. Who's that?
Ah, here he is.
That's not a he. Oh, what is this place? So many books. Statue of Hermanubis.
Grandfather, the person you wish to see is here.
Grandfather.
Well done, Sethos.
Bamun.
Greetings, one and all. I am Ba-Moon.
Ah, I was right.
Leader of the Temple of Silence. I know why you are here, and I thank you for your patience. Bring him out.
Professor!
Cyrus, are you okay?
Oh, I would hurt. My knees would be in pain too if it hit the ground like that.
Watch what you're doing!
Oh, my apologies. We have no intention of causing you distress. But you must. Cyrus owes me his life. And to the Temple of Silence, he owes a debt of gratitude.
I wanted to end my feud with this old bag of bones before you caught up with me. But just leave, Sino. This is a matter between us two old men.
We're all too young.
So that's why you didn't want to report the letter. You'd have made up your mind to come here from the beginning. You won't.
Some things in life catch up with you, no matter what you do.
Sino didn't make us do anything. We came here for the same reason he did. To rescue you. We'd appreciate...
My secrets are secret for good reason.
They had the guts to
Bringing
fight
them to light can
two vision
only lead
holders.
to misfortune.
You're afraid, aren't you?
True,
You
yeah.
can't bring yourself to speak of your past deeds to the students you nurtured as if they were your own children. You recognized our emblem because for many years you lived among us. Indeed, you knew as soon as you saw the letter that we, not Uraka, were the ones speaking to you. It threatened you only because you know what you did. For you, Cyrus, are a traitor. You once shared your learning with us and joined us in our mission to revive the might of Hermanubis. But then you betrayed us. You bargained for your independence with your past contributions. And then you left, taking with you Hermanubis' might and the wielder of his power. We both know what I said to you that day. That as the leader, I grant you permission to leave. But that one day, the sands of time will catch up with you. And when that day comes, you must pay the price you owe.
Okay.
You really know.
Hermanubis' might? And the wielder of his power?
So he took Sino?
Does he mean you?
Professor, anything to say?
The moon is right. I came here once before. They rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert. When he learned that I was a scholar, he invited me to come here. It was a great, daring plan, and one shrouded in secrecy. The Temple of the Moon proposed that we implant bar fragments, shards of Hermanubis, into the bodies of suitable vessels. If the experiment, many believers volunteered themselves for the experiment. But we soon discovered that the bodies of grown adults could not withstand Hermanubis' power. In the end, Bamoon offered his own adoptive grandson.
Adopted, so you're not even related?
One other child was identified as a suitable vessel, and his parents agreed to release him into our custody in exchange for a small fortune.
For many years, the Temple of Silence had been in possession of 2 Ba fragments from Hermanubis.
As remnants of his raw power, the test subjects were sent into a room that had been prepared for the ceremony and instructed to approach the Ba fragments, whose power had been amplified. If, after some time, the original plan was for a 3-stage experiment: resonance, implantation, and recovery and observation. The resonance stage went as the second stage began, I realized a decision had to be made. Should we implant the fragments one at a time? This would allow us to monitor the results after the first round and adjust our plan accordingly. But as I was deliberating, both Ba fragments suddenly became active. They glowed with a light we had never seen before. I knew our 2 vessels had both displayed great promise by successfully to preserve our faith and our power. We implanted each of them with a single fragment.
Ultimately, I ended the experiment and left.
In recognition of your past contributions, I chose not to send someone to hunt down and kill you both. Your lives were spared, but I have always wanted to see you, Sino. Losing you and your Ba fragment dealt.
I see. So that's how I gained my power.
Would have been cool if we actually saw electricity coming out of his hand, you know, but that just looks cringy.
Look, in essence, I borrowed your Ba fragment for a decade or so. And now you are seeking justice. But you cannot lift a finger against Sino. He is the General Mahamatra.
I'm sure you don't remember anymore, dear Sino, but you've met us all before. You and he, Sethos. You were our final hope.
Alright, so that's how they're connected.
You'd like me to return my power?
As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest for far too long. Now, it is time to reclaim it.
That power is not yours to reclaim. Sino was chosen by the gods. You cannot take what they have bestowed.
You are wrong. Sino was chosen, but he was not the only one. My child, Sethos, has the same gift as he.
Adoptive grandson, remember?
So those are your terms for freeing the professor?
Despise me all you want. My sins are my own.
So what you're saying is...
Divine
power.
He is no longer a small child.
But it's not clear now.
This burden is ours to bear. And your objections mean little, given that you turned your back.
Both my heart and mind are telling me that what you are proposing...
Don't listen to him, Sino. That power is no more...
I know. But if this is a...
Sorry to interrupt, but in my view, there are a number of contentions here that say that Sino refuses to return his power, and you also refuse to release Cyrus. Then, we are at an impasse. You're trying to gauge where we stand while keeping your remaining cards close to your chest. Well...
Wait, those ears. So, we have a descendant of the Valukashuna in our midst. Splendid.
Valukashuna.
Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day we...
Oh no. The moon.
Why is he coughing so much?
Critically, it must have been forced him to act strong. I sensed my feeling too, otherwise he would have noticed Tainari's ears right away.
Take our leader back to his room. Grandfather, I know what you... I don't like to drag out conversations, so I'll just cut to the chase. Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment all those years ago, the plan would most likely have still. It's no use talking about what-ifs. We cannot change the past. I'm not like my grandfather. The Temple of Silence has a grand legacy and a sacred duty to fulfill, but I see things a little differently. I don't believe the temple has the same stature that it once did. Time has worn away at its prestige, so I'm not going to force your hand. You're all free to leave, except for Cyrus.
You have courage and wise judgment, kid. Reminds me a lot of Bamoon in his younger years. I I truly wish that the temple would take an objective look at the academia of today, and things will only continue to improve. Why not consider cooperating with the academia once more?
I mean, he does have a point.
If you hadn't betrayed my grandfather, I might well be open to persuasion. But it's a bit too late for that now, Cyrus.
Tainari made a good point earlier. He's all you and Ba Moon are after is the Ba fragment. The professor will accept whatever fate you deem fit for him out of a sense of guilt. I am the one who ultimately, you want to trade the Ba fragment for the professor.
I'm glad to see you're giving it some serious consideration.
I won't forsake my professor, nor do I intend to run from a problem that I must face sooner or later.
Alright, cool.
Give me one night to make my decision.
One night.
Then I'll be waiting to hear your verdict, Sino. Oh, my grandfather still has a fair few things he wants to say to Cyrus.
He really is acting like Seto Kaiba.
Are you sure about negotiating with him?
I need to think this through. Everyone lets me...
Alright, well, don't put too much pressure on yourself, Sino. If you need any help working things out, just come and find us.
Alright, so wait until nighttime. I don't want to wait till nighttime. Alright, well, I had no choice. Talk things over with your companions. This place is so huge. Oh, look at this nice place. Group gathers on the agreed time.
I've taken some time to reflect on this. If I had to guess, Professor Sai is a stubborn man who tends to double down when he feels strongly about something.
I agree. My master Nephis says the same thing. Once Cyrus...
You've heard all you need to hear about the Temple of Silence. So my own memories of this place are hazy, though. Probably something to... I do remember having some fleeting moments of profound emotion when vague images would appear in my mind. I was still young then, and all I could understand was that there was a strong will inside my mind. Thinking the power that came to inhabit my spirit was probably one of the cornerstones of their whole faith. So if the will...
You're not gonna give in to their demands, are you? Surely there has to be another way.
There must be another way.
I have no intention of returning it. I need this power to protect Sumeru. But the temple has the right to make the final decision over its fate, since it belongs to one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. So I will challenge them head on, and win the right to wield this power for myself, fair and square.
So trial by combat.
This reminds me of something Alhaitham mentioned to me just before we left. He said that the Temple of Silence was originally founded by the ruling elite of the day. Traditionally, such organizations are bound by a strict and ancient code of nobility. Kaveh has made similar observations about the desert tribes from his work trips there. He says many of them have their own internal rules. They talk about the importance of never just... I think we could turn that to our advantage. Go back to them with a proposal of our own.
Wow, and just like that, we've turned the tables on them.
So we're pretty much just gonna pull to them. What would King Deshret do? We're gonna do all that type of crap now.
We have the same idea. Turn it back on them now while we still can, in terms that they cannot.
Great. And I know just how to start the conversation. Let's go find Sethos. We'll tell him that I know a thing or two about medicine and would like to take a look at his grand...
Is there a doctor in the house? Oh no, where am I? Oh, okay. This place is a maze. And then somebody will say, amazing. Is there any chests here? No, there's not. Oh, what? not it's considered death if I fall there. Okay, fine, whatever. Fine, if that's the way it is. Music is nice here, though. There can't not be any chests in here. I mean, this place is huge and well detailed.
Sethos, let's talk.
Have you made up your mind?
We'll get to that, but first, I have some degree of medical training, so I was wondering if you might...
I have no objections, although we do have our own doctors here. I doubt you'll be... Follow me. Keep your voices down. We don't want to disturb him.
The old man taking his nappy nap?
Let's talk outside. Bamoon has fallen into a deep coma, and his prognosis is quite grave. He appears to have sustained a serious injury in his youth, which has been exacerbated over the years by the heavy burden. Regretfully, I must inform you that based on what I've seen with patients in a similar condition...
Few days to live.
He doesn't...
Yeah. I've known for a long time.
You're his heir, aren't you? You clearly have a lot of respect for the man. But you also see... So tell me how we can end this on your terms. Let's find a way to bring all...
Yeah, there's no time to waste here. You know that better than anyone.
You know, the two of you are actually in a very similar predicament right now. Both of you have a very different perspective from the men who raised you.
Right. And you didn't create this situation. They did, but somehow you...
You're right. We both look at this problem very... I accept, Sino. This all began because of Hermanubis. Legend has it that when Hermanubis first arrived in Tuletula, he sparred with the city's residents.
The remembrance of Tuletula.
By fighting over several days, winning the support of many fine people. That group of supporters were some of the first members of the Temple of Silence, and the sparring matches were enshrined as one of our founding rights.
The right of duels, there it is.
As a fellow vessel of Hermanubis, your ties to the Temple of Silence run deep.
3 against 3.
However, I have some additional terms. As the challengers, you must win all 3 of your fights to win. Letting Cyrus leave with one of the Ba fragments was a mistake, made by my grandfather out of pity. It is a long-standing issue that must be addressed for the Temple.
None needed. If I win, the Temple of Silence must release... If you win...
It's a deal. Then let's meet at the
Talk to Sano. Where are you, Sano?
Well, after how that went...
There never was. Turning back hasn't been an option for me since the moment the professor slipped.
You have to win. You need this power.
Yeah, that's right. Besides, it stayed with you ever since you were a small child. Surely...
Both as general... Yeah, when you put it that way. I've had to overcome a lot to tame this power and claim it for myself.
Exactly.
Let's not get sidetracked. We gotta focus on winning.
The Traveler and I will never...
And neither... The desert was home to an ancient and great civilization that for a variety of reasons. But there must be personal factors at work here too. I can't shake the feeling that Bamoon cares for many more things than he lets on. And I don't think...
Tomorrow? Why tomorrow? So much time skipping. It's almost 24 hours. Go to the ceremonial hall. Alright, so are we gonna fight Sethos? I'll laugh so hard if he suddenly says this opportunity is hard to come by. So this is huge.
We gather on this day to perform once more the rite of duels with the greatest of all sages. This is our most sacred of ceremonies. And note, representing the Temple of Silence, the Defenders.
Grandfather, you're here.
A rite of duels after all these years. I am surprised.
I know what I'm doing, Grandfather.
Representing the Academia, the Challenge.
Why are we all posing? Why are you posing too?
Ready. We will fight to have our voices heard.
Warriors, take your positions and decide on the order of battle. We come not to debate what brings our challengers here.
I'll go
nor what
first.
will become of the
Huh? Are you sure?
We have to keep our morale up.
She's very strong. Sending her out first will definitely intimidate.
Okay.
Sure.
We have decided.
So have we.
So who am I fighting?
Duelists of the first bout, please step forward.
Why do I still have the dull blade?
Don't forget, safety first.
What?
Hey, you there! You better play nice with her, or Paimon will make you regret it.
Wait, why do I have the sapling sword? Scanner. This does not feel very good. Why did you guys send monsters to fight for you? I don't get it.
Swift end to the first bout. I now invite the duelist of the second bout. When you're both ready,
let's begin.
We get to use his weapon. The Hunter's Path. Doesn't look like a 5-star weapon. Whatever. Anyways.
He drank plenty of water before the bout, so he should be fine.
He drank plenty of water. Oh yeah, the E makes it that his charge becomes instant. Yeah.
And Shroud, keep up. Let's nip that in the bud.
Of course, let's nip that in the butt. Alright, Sino. I know how to use Sino. That's what a lot of people actually don't know how to do. They don't know how to use
thus
Sino.
ends the second bout.
I'm ready.
So am I.
Oh, this is gonna be cool.
The final stage. When you're both ready.
Please let it be cinematic. I don't want to do the actual fighting. Let it be cinematic. I want to see how cool it looks.
I am Sethos, vessel of Hermanubis. For many years, we have kept our covenant with Lord Hermanubis by guarding the secrets of King Deshret. We earnestly sought Lord Hermanubis' wisdom and power,
Could be.
longing to see his spirit. And now, I will fight to become the rightful wielder of that power.
I am Sino, General Mahamatra of the Academia. Student and you.
It's Seto Kaiba.
I think you left some things unsaid. This is a sacred duel.
Old. My grandfather is a wise, but our faith has held us back for too long. Times have changed. The people of Sumeru are happier and more. Then I thought of you, Sino. You and I,
Less
each
talking
Ba
and
fragment
more
of
fighting,
Hermanubis
please.
stands for something different. I once thought that the nature of our fragments must be what makes us so different from one another.
I am more than just a warrior.
Exactly.
Exactly.
The name Hermanubis has left its mark on. So show me
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Show me I can be more than my faith. More than the power I wield. Show me
I can't hear you.
I can become.
He doesn't have super hearing like Superman.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Oh, please let it be. Oh, yes. I love cinematics. Oh, this is going to be so sick. Oh, he does have the power too. Oh, so he's gonna lose it. That's why he ends up doing the bow only. But that's so sick. It is Dragon Ball Z. Stay condemned. Chidori.
What happened is searching for your answer.
What? He is also a polearm user? Only child can do that. This is a really good cinematic. It's longer than usual. Oh.
Fight's over. Do you yield?
Oh, there's the Cypher.
It's like a full arm. Cypher's full arm.
Well then, looks like you found your answer.
I give his glory to you.
No, at least they hold on to their traditions. So what happens when he has both of the fragments? Because he now sucks. That's why John said he got demoted from 5-star to 4-star.
That is the light of our Lord, the great Hermanubis, priest over all other priests. His spirit dwells within that lightning, and his will lives on. Once a warrior of Tynar, he emerged from the barren desert sands to serve the god king Al-Ahmar. After the death of the god king, Hermanubis gathered his followers and the Tynarian priests and led them to the city of Tula. There, they founded the Temple of Silence. And from that day forth, we became stewards of all knowledge that survived from King Deshret's civilization. Barely a century passed before war ravaged the desert. One by one, Eremite leaders took up arms against each other.
See, it's always the
that would
Eremites.
devour what little remained of their civilization. Only the wise city of Tula was spared under the guiding hand of the Tynarians. But peace did not last. Coveting the
A race. So Tynari is just a name of a race. So what if I called my best friend Black or African?
King of Gurabad laid siege to the city.
Oh
and
no.
ordered the sages to surrender to him the Temple of Silence as proof of his victory. The ruling elite colluded with their oppressors, betraying the temple so as to hold on to their rule over the city. They declared that the knowledge guarded by the temple was the true cause of corruption. These were dark days.
Ah, the forbidden knowledge.
And we faced enemies on all sides. Our Lord had long since exhausted his strength, keeping the forbidden knowledge introduced by King Deshret at bay. To ensure the temple's continued survival, he broke his being into many pieces and began the ceremony of Hermanubis' legacy, bestowing his power upon
ancestors.
his mortal followers. With this power, the temple was able to defeat the tyrant's army. Yet, we were not hailed as heroes. Strange and unfamiliar as this power was, it struck fear into the people's hearts and drove them to reject us. In the end, the people of the temple and the Tule Tula Tainarians left the city for good and made their way to the rainforest. What followed next was inevitable. The elite of Tule Tula fell and were decimated. War engulfed the desert. And we wandered from place to place, always in hiding, all the while keeping close watch over our secrets and staying true to our mission. Betrayal forced us out of the desert and into the forest. Then mistrust drove us from the forest into the desert once more. We have lived in exile for far, far too long.
Well, not really. It's
Yet,
just because they've been trying to keep the forbidden knowledge at bay.
The Temple of Silence has borne witness to the glory of Hermanubis once more. Thank you.
So, what does that do?
Is he gonna have a buff or something?
Probably, maybe.
How is it? Do you feel okay?
Aw, he died. Well, that became depressing. I mean, I just feel like that the next leader of the Temple of Silence should be a 5-star character, you know? I don't think that a dancer at the academia that has no academic, repute should be a 5-star.
Hey, Sethos.
I know, right?
You'll get through this.
Liberal arts.
I know. I'll miss him.
Oh, Sethos.
I guess you were prepared for this. It's been a long time coming, huh?
Yeah, he's been on death's door for a very long time now. At least he was able to see this chapter come to a close before he passed.
What's next for you?
Per my grandfather's last wishes, the Temple of Silence should submit to whoever possesses the largest number of Hermanubis fragments. That entitles you to be our new leader. Sign up.
But that's never going to work. As I'm sure you realize, I did foresee this possibility and I gave it some thought. The fact is, I know next to nothing about the Sethos. I believe the honor should go to you. Were it not for this duel, or indeed if you had other intentions, the Ba fragments would most likely be in your hands by now. I'm sure Ba...
You really think so?
I do.
Still, I didn't think Bamoon looked very surprised by the final result.
Well, in any case, since the Sethos, I would like you to succeed Bamoon as the new leader of the Temple of Silence. You are more suited to the role than I, and I have...
But doesn't that render everything that we've been through up to now...
No, it doesn't. This experience has allowed us to become friends, which means that the
Oh
Academia
yeah.
and the Temple of Silence will become partners once more.
Because of this, since Sino is part of the Academia, and he bestowed leadership of Temple of Silence to Sethos, and since Sino and Sethos can become friends, this indirectly makes the Academia and Temple of Silence once again in collaboration with each other.
That's a much bigger deal than you might think, Sethos. You said yourself.
I will try. To be honest,
Actually, part of me wonders whether Bamun's intentions from the very beginning was that way. No matter who won, one of us would have to surrender our Ba fragment. And the power of... Had you won, the Temple of Silence would have and were I to win, he correctly anticipated that I wouldn't suddenly drop everything to become the leader of the temple. He knew that the temple's future would depend not just on the guidance of Hermanubis, but the support of the Academia too. His plan meant that whoever ended up succeeding him, they would have an easier time interacting with the Academia. With one...
And here I thought the General Mahamatra wouldn't care for all these. You're absolutely right. Grandfather and I considered this from every angle. Thank you for everything, Sino. As a gesture of our gratitude, to those that you and Lesser Lord Kusanali deem worthy, I will grant the honor of access to the Temple of Silence.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pursuit of knowledge. The Temple of Silence has a wealth of information on King Deshret's civilization, more than any other organization in existence today. In times when you need information that only we can provide, but you must be exceedingly careful with your selection of candidates. By the way, Tainari, my grandfather was so happy to see you. You are a descendant of the Veluka Shuna. The story goes that King Deshret chose the sage Hermanubis from among the Tainarians and appointed him as his familiar.
Uh-huh.
He went on to fight many valiant battles with his Tainarian companions. They always stood by each other. From the founding of the temple, the Tainarians who left Tuletula joined their human counterparts in the rainforest. A few centuries later, when some of the group returned to the desert, in all likelihood, though...
How fascinating. My father once mentioned that I was named after the Tainarians, but I never knew that my forebears had such...
I like this story.
By the way...
yes. Cyrus. You'll probably find him in my grandfather.
If it's true that you and your grandfather really planned for everything to turn out this way...
Who knows? Perhaps all of...
Someone's got to make the decisions when history is... I will make a detailed report on all of this to Lesser Lord Kusanali, and arrange for an official delegate. I'm sure you'll have lots to attend to in the days ahead. But once things return to normal, please come and visit the rainforest again. You should stay for a few days if we're going to work together. Both...
I will. All right. Well...
See you soon. Come hang out with us anytime.
This is a good story. I like this story. I like that story a lot. But it seems like it took up a lot of time, and so I'm gonna have to cut the stream short. Well, not short. I have to call it a night after this story quest is done, and do some more of the I do more of the weekly and tasks and all that stuff, either on my own time or on another stream. But from the looks of things, it looks like it's gonna be on my own time.
What were you thinking, gallivanting off into the desert alone at your age? What?
Oh, please, will you stop your...
What do you mean, what other choice? A one-man suicide mission, That's the best idea that one of the finest minds of it...
All right, all right. Honestly, the way you're
I've got nothing more to say. What's the point of berating an old...
What do you mean, bag of bones? I'm a flesh and blood hero, who, despite his old age... Okay, look. Fine, I admit it.
1 month? try.
Hinari's master is really laying into Cyrus.
We're too young to get involved.
Professor brought this on himself.
Wow. The last time he chewed someone out like this must have been back when I was still a student.
I think I'll go around and update everyone. Tell them the situation's resolved. We can go for dinner afterwards.
Makes sense.
Free food is free food.
Hyman's coming too. Let's go.
It's Faruzan.
Hey, Kale.
You're back. Well, look who we have here. Would you mind explaining to me what has been going on this past...
All taken care of.
That does not answer my question. How could you be so... When you run into problems, you really ought to ask for help, you know? I've been around the block. Don't you think it would have made sense to involve me? And let's not...
Now would not be a good time to attempt to argue.
You're right.
It's not the first time that I've had to talk to you about this sort of thing either. You need to learn that there are times when the right thing to do is get a more experienced member of staff involved.
Kale, please do something.
He's giving me the signal. Oh. Say, Madam Farizan, I can see you're pretty upset, but, I was just wondering. Huh? Wait, did I hear that right? Kale, you remember? Wonderful. Well, of course.
Good job, Kale.
Poor Kale getting dragged off like that. Also, check.
Kale, cup.
Huh? What? What do you mean, cup? Oh, it's nothing. Just Master's way of reminding me to stay hydrated while I'm out and about.
It's code for let's reconvene at the cafe. Tainari and I used it while we were in school. And
Oh, that's cool.
2 people left.
Most likely I'll hide them in coffee. Definitely gonna be I'll hide them in coffee. Told you. It was kind of obvious, so.
Am I hallucinating? Or do I see Kave?
We're just reorganizing all the books we used. Look,
There's no rush. Nobody reads these books anyway.
My sincere thanks to you.
Yes, with your help.
I see. The Temple of Silence resorted to rather unique means of self-preservation.
And it sounds like they managed to preserve a whole load of ancient documents as well.
That day will come. The Temple of Silence is a hugely important now as a token of my appreciation.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds great. Although after the last few days, I don't know if I...
Sure.
All right, to the cafe. All right, it's gonna be a party in here.
And then the traveler just pounced on their opponent and knocked him right. Then there was Tainari. He put up an amazing fight too. We ended up winning all 3 bouts.
Whoa! Part of me wishes I'd been there to see.
A truly edifying account of the events. Bereft of detail, but it has livened up the room all the same.
Hey, Paimon included all the juicy details. The traveler just pounced and then waved their sword like this. Then,
Despite winning 3 bouts in a row, you still ceded the position of leader to him. That's very dignified.
Of course. Being dignified comes with being a true champion.
I got to be a champion too for once. I've not sparred much with desert folk before. It was a pretty unique experience.
It wasn't even desert folk, it was machines.
Yeah, huge place. It felt like something right out of an epic poem. Imagine this. It was like there was...
Maybe save that one for later, Paimon.
I think that'll do me for today.
Shall we stop off at the House of Dana again before heading home? We should probably finish putting all...
My thoughts exactly. See you around.
I should get going as well. See you all later. Make sure you get some good rest tonight.
I need to go say thanks to the Core 30 for their help. Also, Sir Nephis says he wanted to introduce me to some of the Academia's work processes.
Kali's come a long way. She's much more confident.
Everyone's a work in progress. You never stop learning.
Yeah, true.
True, never stop learning. Especially in the Nation of Wisdom.
That was good. It feels like everything's... Life is all about these moments when you can finally relax and hang out with good friends after a job well done.
Do you three have anything planned for... If not, would you come somewhere with me?
Where else are we gonna go
It's a
now?
secret for now.
Okay. I think I can guess where you're talking about.
Well, now Paimon's...
Oh my gosh, they're gonna take us to an alleyway and kill us. I knew it. I knew this day was coming. Why are we near the sanctuary of Surestana? Oh, whatever. Anyways, let's see what these two are up to. Are we going on a tree?
Been a while since I last made my way. Need any help?
Don't underestimate me.
It's a nice spot, isn't it?
We're on top of a tree.
Great view. We're so...
Traveler,
Yeah.
turn around.
Oh wow, what a view. It's actually very beautiful.
This is my secret base. Somewhere I only bring my best friends. When I was a student, I used to slip away and climb up here all the time, just to clear my head. Back then, I had a lot of the same questions that Zethos was asking. Our gifts help us to find our rightful place in the world. That was my experience.
You two really are like brothers.
I feel the same way.
You're one tough cookie.
Of course. I see no need to be humble when it comes to the facts.
I still remember one time when we came up here to chat and do our homework. Sino accidentally dropped a fruit.
That was the one and only time. Nothing will ever slip through my fingers again.
Those were good times.
You know, Paimon really shouldn't be able to imagine Sino doing something like that, but for some strange...
Then make it stop. There's somebody... You guys carry on without me.
Okay.
Huh? Hey, you're not supposed to jump down!
Superhero landing. Oh, I'm using Sino now.
Oh my days.
Professor, what are you...
Sino. Just the man I'm looking for. Get...
Some old
Oh, wow.
Can you believe it? This notebook was just sitting in a pile of odds and ends. I was at the Academia earlier to discuss my workload with Nef. Well, time flies. Look how tiny you are in this picture.
Sino is still tiny.
You look quite young yourself in that. Ah, it's this one. I remember that. Lisa took it, didn't she?
Yep. Looks like her work, all right. Who else could have found...
And this one. Looks like we're...
Oh, cheeky girl.
Is there something you'd like to say to me, Professor?
Like what? Like, these are good hey, at moments like this, I hardly know. I can't pretend I'm a good person. But Moon had every reason to despise me. And well...
Don't be
is that not what you... Oh, dreamt of that place many times after leaving the desert. Sometimes I've dreamed that I was... Oh, it was... one of the happiest... You've matured so much over the years, I know.
Since you're my professor, I should save you some face by not calling you out on all the non-answers you just gave. So, I will...
Good thinking. Take your own advice next time. Seriously, why bully an old man like me? Hey, wait. How did I not notice this one earlier?
Lisa strikes again.
Look how cute you were when you were little.
Yeah, and look how serious and professional you used to.
Oh, I can't compete with you anymore. First you get better than me at the deadpan jokes, and...
Don't say that. I still have a lot of respect for you.
That's more like it. Hey, what would you say to meeting up with Lisa again sometime?
I'd like that.
All right, I'll add it to my schedule. Wait, no. Next week is the tomato growing competition. I have...
Or you could find a real hobby,
Hey, tomato growing is a real hobby. Aw. That was a good story. I actually like that one. I like that story.
Great view today. This atmosphere... Great view today. This atmosphere calls for a joke out of left field. To catch the listener unaware.
Time, but it turned... Oh.
Hey, what'd he say?
Time is... But it turns out grown-up kids are no use. When Nephis comes after me...
Alright, well, I guess that calls it for today. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Thanks to all the members of the Nitro Ninjas. Here's your Grandmaster Nick Nitro. Stay awesome, my ninjas.